Fox's Trey Yingst reports.
The strait remains largely at a standstill with just 3 commercial vessels passing through on Tuesday, according to Kepler shipping data. The other area of focus remains on Iran's nuclear program that President Trump says will be targeted in the days ahead.
Normally, I wouldn't say that. If I thought they could do something about it, I would never say that. But we'll be hitting that area pretty soon, and very heavily.
Oil prices keep rising back up more than 3%. Gas is up again today, too. The price at the pump 17 cents higher than a week ago. War Secretary Pete Hegseth went to the Senate pushing for new military funding, and it got testy.
You don't have a strategy. You don't have a long-term plan to actually win this war. Win the war.
Senator Gary Peters among the Democrats who sparred with Hegseth.
When will you show
Why don't you show some leadership and stand up to your fellow Democrats who won't fund the troops, who stand and play partisan politics while you don't give us the money?
The ex-Venezuelan leader captured by the U.S. in January, Nicolas Maduro, who calls himself a political prisoner, returns to court today in New York City.
Alongside his wife, Celia Flores, for a pretrial hearing in his federal drug trafficking case. Today's hearing is expected to involve discussions around evidence discovery, future motions, and possibly set a trial date.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer, a congressman, wins a chance to become a governor.
Let's make this the year that we turn Arizona red again.
Andy Biggs beat fellow Congressman David Schweikert in the Republican primary and will try to unseat Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs in November. Another Trump-backed candidate, Mark Lamb, won the GOP primary to replace Biggs. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Wow, we're heading for a high of only 89 for today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 6:08. It is 68 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Galena, 69 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. And on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. A moment of anger behind the wheel could have ended several lives in southwest Missouri.
Well, the Vernon County Sheriff's Office tells News Talk KZRG that Tyler Millman of Moundville fired 5 shots towards another vehicle during a road rage incident on Monday. Children reportedly put in the line of danger, but thankfully no one got hurt. Millman being held without bond on several felony charges, as officers remind you that no traffic dispute is worth losing your freedom, let alone someone's life. I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
No excuse absentee voting is now underway in Missouri. With just 2 weeks remaining until the August 4th primary election, Jasper County Clerk Charlie Davis tells KZRG who can vote.
Anybody that is a registered voter that is already registered in Jasper County can come to the courthouse in Carthage, the courts building in Joplin, Monday through Friday, all the way up until Monday, the day before the election, from 8:30 to 4:30, and vote absentee.
The August 4th ballot includes 5 statewide constitutional amendments. No excuse absentee voting continues through August 3rd at local election authorities, and voters will need a valid photo ID to cast a ballot.
A landmark that has stood as a symbol of Joplin's history since shortly after World War I could soon get a second chance at serving the community. Governor Mike Kehoe has signed legislation that could help revive Memorial Hall through a proposed increase in the city's lodging tax. Bob Harrington of the Friends of Memorial Hall Group explains.
Currently, our lodging tax is 4%. We had to go to the legislature, got through the legislature. The governor has now signed it into law. So our next step now is we have to formally request from the city council that they put a ballot measure on the ballot in April of 27 that the citizens agree to approve a 2% increase in the hotel-motel tax.
Harrington says the tax increase will only affect those staying in Joplin hotels and motels. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, 69-605, News Talk, KZRG.
Summertime heat can make your air conditioning work overtime. Satterley service manager Troy Lowry says simple AC maintenance can save your system in the long haul.
Keep your thermostats down at nighttime. If you turn them up at nighttime, don't turn them up too much. Let the system catch up and start the day off cooler, and that will help your house in the heat of the afternoon.
Lowry gave us some great tips to keep your home cool. Read them all at newstalkkzrg.com.
The wrongful death trial involving the 2023 death of a Missouri prison inmate is now underway in Jeff City. Matt Pilger has the story.
Jury selection began Monday in the lawsuit filed by the mother of Brandon Pace, who died while incarcerated at Tipton Correctional Center. The lawsuit alleges Pace was pepper sprayed after officers suspected he had swallowed an illegal substance and was then denied medical care before his death. Defendants include Centurion Health and 3 nurses who were working the night Pace died. The trial is expected to continue through July 28th. Matt Pilger, Missouri Net.
Well, the Royals won another one, according to Joe Morgan.
The Kansas City Royals pulled off a tight 3-2 victory over the San Francisco Giants last night. Lunder Avila was stellar on the mound, fanning a career-high 7 batters, while Nick Lofton delivered the clutch tie-breaking RBI single to seal the win. Game 3 first pitch is set for 1:10 today. Out west, the Los Angeles Angels stayed red hot, extending their winning streak to 3 games with a 5-1 win over the Cardinals. The Angels jumped out early with a massive 5-run first inning, fueled by 2 RBIs each from George Soler and Joe Adele. Pitcher Walbert Arena did the rest, tossing 6 strong innings of 1-run ball. The Halos look for the series sweep starting at 3:07 today. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. And that's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
It's free at your app store. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Joe Morgan.
Next news, 6:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. We'll get relief from the heat today. Clear this morning, a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high of 89. Then clear tonight with winds diminishing and a low in the upper 60s. Tomorrow there will be an increase in cloud cover as the high approaches 90. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture. When you're updating the rooms of your home with new cabinets, flooring, and furniture, trust the pros at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture store.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 68 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Baxter Springs, 69 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:08.
Bill, you're an old politician.
Yup, sure am.
So you know the old-timers warned that someone trying to sell you a pig in a poke was a con man.
Well, sure.
Well, no offense, Tom, but your politician's Amendment 5 is a pig in a poke, allowing politicians to raise our taxes without a vote of the people, and the politician's Amendment 4 takes away our power to do anything about it. Well, let's look at what's really inside Forward 5.
Oh, don't do that.
5 hits hardest seniors and those struggling financially with new taxes on services like doctor visits, in-home care, and rent. Sales taxes could more than triple. For up to 80% of Missourians, it's a tax hike. And Amendment 4 ends majority rule, allowing a minority of the most liberal statewide voters in one district to effectively end our power to stop corruption and out-of-control spending and taxing.
Slick plan, huh?
No, Tom. 4 and 5 are schemes that hurt citizens and transfer our power and our money to politicians and lobbyists. That's why I'm voting no on the politicians' Amendments 4 and 5, paid for by Missourians for fair governance.
Uh-oh, the power's out. My phone's at 2%.
Everyone, stay calm.
Daniel, you're the only one screaming.
I know. I can't find my flashlight, beef jerky, or emergency storm Crocs.
Dad must have found everything, because now he's in there negotiating with the breaker box. Mom's hiding by the refrigerator trying to keep the cold air from escaping. Your point? We're not losing a single chicken.
Good morning, Sarisa.
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody here. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is doing well indeed. I got a little cold brew this morning.
I got a little hot brew this morning.
What does this say? I got a cold brew. I go to Joplin Avenue Coffee all the time. It's one of my favorite places. And it looks like they wrote me a note.
Thank you for your business. You're keeping us open.
I think it says dweebs only. Suppose I'm a dweeb. Dweeb alert.
High-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
News, weather, politics. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
What a difference 24 hours makes. Yesterday we had a heat advisory that changed into an excessive heat warning later on in the morning. Today, we just got some cooler weather because we had a front to come through yesterday afternoon, late in the day, changed the winds around to the north. Now, it's going to be sunny today. We're expecting a high of only 88. Tonight, it's going to be down to 68 with mostly clear. Slight chance of showers tomorrow with a high of 90, decreasing clouds and 72 tomorrow night. But here we go again, sunny and hot on Friday, 94, sunny and hot on Saturday, 98 for the actual temperature. We're going to be talking to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr at 7:25.
Also, individuals we'll be speaking to this morning at 7:10 will be joined by Missouri State Representative Bishop Davison. He was the original sponsor of what became Amendment 5, which has to do with repealing the state income tax. We'll be talking to him, getting the info straight from the horse's mouth. That's at 7:10 this morning. At 7:40, we'll be joined by Dr. Nichols. Dr. Nichols is running for Missouri State Senate. She's looking to fill District 32 in the state Senate to represent Joplin, Neosho, Carthage areas. And at 8:10, we'll be joined by Nick Myers. Nick Myers, we'll be talking to him about the Newton County's annual Republican watermelon feed. So that's coming up next week. We'll be getting the info from him.
Great,
on that.
I'm hungry for watermelon.
Watermelon, as they call it.
Okay, watermelon, whatever you want to say.
It's
I'm
FM
still hungry
102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Pretty big story for you this morning. It's not funny at all, but it's just so ridiculous it makes me giggle a little bit. A man from Republic, Missouri, with a lengthy felony record was sentenced to more than 9 years in federal prison. 9 years. Why? Well, because 52-year-old Philip Brad Curtis admitted to illegally possessing a gun, sparking an 8-hour standoff with law enforcement in Berry County.
Oh, boy.
It is so absurd. I do not understand people that spark police standoffs. How do they think it's going to go for them? Do they think that they're just going to be able to walk away from it, wash their hands from it, and be all fine and get home to watch Dancing with the Stars later that night? No. You're going to get busted. What do you think is going to happen?
Do they think they're going to say, well, it's been 8 hours, I'm giving up, I'll just go on home?
Yeah, the police are out there and they go, it's been 8 hours. My shift is over. Pack it up, boys. Head on home.
Pack it up, bag it up, bring it on home.
It's just so stupid. I don't understand it. But basically, this guy, by the way, he was convicted, so it's no longer alleged. This is now fact. What he had did, Berry County Sheriff's Office deputies, they responded to a property near Aurora, Missouri, after receiving a report that this dude was trespassing. Now, when deputies arrived, they discovered him, again, 52-year-old Philip Brad Curtis. They discovered him there. They also discovered that he had multiple active felony warrants for his arrest, so they called in the platoon there. And at which point, when the authorities said, hey, man, you're under arrest, we got a lot of active felony warrants out for you right now, Curtis then threatened to kill the responding deputies.
Oh, that's always wonderful. Great way to make a standoff happen.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever you get pulled over, two things you should never tell a cop. Number one, you were a C average student in high school and it shows. And number two, I'm going to kill you.
And don't ask him if he has donuts.
All right, there are three things you should never ask a cop or a responding deputy on the scene. So in any case, he threatened to kill these guys. And not only did he threaten that, but he also backed up his threats by showing them his gun from a window of the property.
Oh, boy.
So now they know he's armed. Now, this is what sparked a roughly 8-hour standoff. KZRG News Time, 6:15. Now, eventually, after 8 hours, 52-year-old Philip Brad Curtis did respond did surrender without incident. Investigators later recovered a firearm concealed inside a dog food bag within the residence.
I guess he thought the dog would eat it, get rid of the evidence.
Maybe. He's like, look, dogs eat stuff all the time. Why not eat a gun? Who knows? Now, federal law prohibits Curtis from possessing a gun because of his previous felony conviction. So, how's that gun control working for you, liberals? Not allowed to have a gun, and yet this guy had a gun anyway. Interesting. In any case, now some of his felony records include robbery, domestic assault, possession of controlled substance, unlawful possession of a gun. So there you go. He, like I said, now been convicted and sentenced. He's going to be serving 9 years in jail and spend 3 years on supervised release following his time behind bars.
And taking a look at his mugshot, he looks so happy.
Stoked. Absolutely
he's
stoked.
Just fired up for this.
We're talking like second grade era picture day, that level of excitement. You know, you got the fresh comb to cut, got the collared shirt you never wear.
Not fresh combed.
Your mother is there and she's licking her thumb and then rubbing it on your cheek because you got a little something on there.
And
She's
trying to get
doll
rid of
you
the
up.
cowlick in your hair.
All that. That's the mugshot. You can see that mugshot at newstalkkzrg.com, by the way. KZRG News Time just after 6:15. Speaking of insane criminal activity in the 4 states area, there was a rural road rage incident. Try saying that 10 times fast. Rural road rage.
Okay, it's almost like she sells seashells by the seashore.
Do you know how much would a woodchuck if a woodchuck would?
Not much.
A woodchuck a wood if a woodchuck would. There you have it.
Well, I'm glad you said it this morning, not me.
Steve's head spun like a top after hearing that. Rural road rage incident. Apparently, there was a lot of anger on the roads, which escalated into gunfire on Monday of this week. A man allegedly fired 5 shots towards another vehicle in a fit of rage. Assumably a fit of rage. I imagine it wasn't a fit of complete Zen calmness. Now, thankfully, no injuries were reported, but authorities did say children were placed at risk directly. Now, deputies, they had responded to rural Moundville, where apparently a suspect had allegedly fired 5 shots at the victims, both in their vehicles, both sets of people, victim and perpetrator, in their respective cars. They went to go check it out. This was near Missouri Route 43, Route N, way out there, way out in the boonies. Apparently, deputies had stopped a vehicle and arrested Tyler Millman of Moundville. Authorities allege, he has not been convicted yet, innocent until proven guilty in this country, allege that he just fired rounds at this car. They recovered 4 guns when they arrested Tyler Millman, 4 guns and 4 spent shell casings from homie's vehicle. Guy was cruising around with 4 guns. You need 4 of them. You only have 2 hands. What do you need 4 guns for?
Well, he had 2 for his feet.
I guess so.
2 hands, 2 feet.
Or maybe it's like if you ever watched the old Lilo and Stitch cartoon,
Yeah.
Stitch has 4 arms, but then if he focuses, he can grow an extra 2, so he really has 6 limbs. Maybe it's that situation.
Could be.
Who knows? So anyway, apparently 4 spent shell casings found in this guy's car. A 5th was found near the area that the shooting reportedly occurred. Now, Vernon County prosecuting attorney is now charging Millman with shooting at a person or motor vehicle as a persistent offender and 3 counts of first-degree endangering the welfare of a child. Why? Because children were in the car.
Oh, boy. Not a good thing.
Yeah.
Ever. To
No.
be shooting in a car.
No, don't. I mean, listen, road rage happens all the time. Do what everyone else does and just lay on the horn. If you really got to get it out, if that person really cut you off and you're really that annoyed, just give them one of those.
Or do like they've done to me before. Just tell me I'm number 1.
Yeah, give them a thumbs up, but not with the thumb. Exactly. Like a normal person, if you have to get it out. Number one, just take a deep breath. Don't even do that.
No,
take a deep
don't.
breath, chill, just absolutely chillax. But if you gotta let them know you're mad, and you gotta throw something their way, throw a bird their way, throw a honk their way. Don't throw bullets their way. It's not worth it. Vernon County Sheriff Jason Mosher, he said it in a statement, quote, "This wasn't someone yelling out a window or making an obscene gesture during a traffic dispute. 5 rounds were allegedly fired toward another occupied vehicle." End quote. This is serious. This went from a simple, wow, what a jerk, what a fill in the blank, into potential, aggravated assault charges, which could have turned into murder charges if he had hit a kid or the driver.
It even could if there would have been an innocent bystander out in the middle of the country, out in a farm field doing some farm work or something.
Yeah, exactly. This could have turned into, wow, I'm angry, to a 20+ year sentence
or more
in prison or more, 20 to life in prison. Why? Because somebody cut you off. Is it worth it? No, absolutely not. KZRG News Time 620.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that the U.S. is still willing to negotiate with Iran, but only if Iran gets serious. Rubio said the current issue is that Iran is not taking their commitment seriously. Will there be peace in the Middle East? Stay tuned.
Number 2.
Missouri shoppers are going to get a break on back-to-school purchases during the state's annual sales tax holiday. It runs Friday, August the 7th through Saturday, August the 9th. Or through Sunday, August the 9th. Items eligible from this tax break include clothing, school supplies, certain personal computers, and more. Details and specifics at newstalkkzrg.com.
Number 1.
Elections are just around the corner. To get all the information you need to be informed, go to the KZRG Election Hub, complete with races, candidates, amendment language, sample ballots, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What is the subject matter you feel you are an expert in? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook.
Pop-Tarts.
I believe that. Michael on Facebook, he said sarcasm. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, you know that.
Oh, I bet you're a pro. All right. Matt said horror movies and serial killers. Oof. That's a red flag. Although for some reason the ladies love serial killers. They're always listening to murder podcasts and watching murder documentaries. I don't know what that's about.
What do they have against the Lucky Charms elf?
Coming up,
killer.
What is going on with your money? On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast after some relief from the heat today and on Thursday. A different story as we make our way into the weekend with highs well into the 90s Saturday and a triple-digit high on Sunday. In the meantime, comfortable this morning with a clear sky. A sunny, breezy afternoon with a high of 89 as winds continue out of the northeast. Those winds will diminish tonight with a clear sky and a low in the upper 60s. Clouds will spread in on Thursday with a high near 90. Then a little bit hotter with some more cloud cover on Friday afternoon as the high eventually hits 93 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Ellen Nichols suffers from TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. Ellen Nichols has attacked President Trump on social media, even posting that Trump is, quote, a vulgar, adulterating, bullying mob.
Good morning. Hey, Doc, what's going on, man? Hopefully life in the fast lane is nice and fast. Nice and fast. Yeah, today is a day I'm very happy that I pre-purchased a extra strong drink. Otherwise, I would be in Snooze Central. Snoozeville Central, my man. Let me tell you.
Waterproof vinyl plank for your floor, not to ski on in the water. Let's just see what happens. Okay, the water's gone.
Excuse me, I had the hiccups.
Come on, Bobby, jump on. Oh, brother. Here we
But for all that whiskey me and Steve were drinking earlier,
Are you okay, Bobby?
Oh, gotta get the big stretch.
You held up great, and it really does on your form.
I think the single biggest dopamine producer in life in general would probably have to be watching a dog get up from a nap and stretch. It is so cute watching a dog get up and stretch. I love it.
You're uncomfortable when you come back inside because your air conditioning can't keep up with the heat. Hi, I'm Barrett.
I feel like I'm an expert at everything. Would that also, Doc, make you an expert at nothing?
I've already got one audio clip for you.
Oh, nice.
The staple.
And if needed, quick bid on a new system installation. As a premier Linux dealer, if you need us again, we'll continue answering the phone because you can trust that we're nowhere near finished serving our community. For repairs, maintenance, or a brand new Linux system, you can trust Satterley Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Get started at SatterleyPlumbing.com or call us at 417-624-3660.
You know that feeling. Your driver calls and says, "You're not going to like this." It's your first holy cow moment of the day. Maybe it's a blown hub, a trailer that won't brake right, a lighting issue right before a load has to leave. But whatever it is, you know your day and your bottom line is at risk. That's why you need Bennett's Truck and Trailer. They know those holy cow moments hit fast. And when they do, you need someone who knows how to fix a problem and keep you moving. From the biggest fleets to owner-operators running on thin margins, Bennett's is the name people trust when the unexpected threatens to put the brakes on your day. Because at Bennett's, it's not just about parts and repairs, it's about keeping your business on the road. Fast service, experienced techs, dependable solutions. That's why so many companies trust the Bennett way.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Cindy from Bennett's Truck and Trailer. Roll into the shop on Thunder Road in Dunawig or find us online at bennettstrucktrailer.com.
Bennett's Truck and Trailer, the name fleets trust and the service drivers remember.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Pressure from President Trump to shift manufacturing from overseas to the U.S. is hitting margins at TSMC. The president has repeatedly threatened tariffs on companies that don't make their products in America. The Taiwan-based chipmaker has announced $2 billion in investment into U.S. manufacturing since Trump returned to power in 2025. Wistron Corporation shares jumped 9.7% this morning after the Taiwan-based technology service provider announced the opening of its first U.S. facility to build AI servers for NVIDIA. Its D1 AI Smart Facility, a $700 million site in Fort Worth, Texas, currently produces NVIDIA's GB300 Grace Blackwell Ultra Superchips. It will later expand to also produce NVIDIA's Vera Rubin Superchips as well. President Trump said generic drugs imported into the U.S. will face zero tariffs for 2 years from August 1st. The rate will rise to 100% in 2028 before doubling a year later. Futures have dropped this morning. That's Your Money Now.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
The tough talk, the big issues, and nothing sugar-coated. Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Join me right after Mark Levin at 8 on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Just before 6:30, it's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
It's going to be sunny today, but cooler, high of 89. And then tonight, mostly clear down to 68. A slight chance of showers tomorrow, and then the high should be around 90, but it's going to warm up starting on Friday and going to get really hot over the weekend.
Coming up at 7:10 this morning, we're going to be joined by Missouri State Representative Bishop Davison. He actually sponsored Amendment 5, which Missouri voters will be voting on the August 4th ballot. We're going to be getting it straight from the horse's mouth what Amendment 5 is. At 7:40, we'll be joined by Dr. Nichols. She's running for Missouri State Missouri State Senate District 32. That represents the Joplin, Neosho, Carthage areas. That's at 7:40. And at 8:10, we're going to be learning about the annual Newton County Republican Watermelon Feed with Nick Myers. That's coming up at 8:10. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
Going on 631, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bohorquez.
Here's what's trending in News Talk KZRG.
Day 11 of bombing.
Rubio at Summit.
Illegals voting in New Jersey.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG topping out at 89 today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 6:38. Sun is on the rise. 66 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Carl Junction, 69 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG.
It's now been the 11th consecutive day that the United States has attacked Iran. Trey Yingst with more.
Reports indicate deeper strikes into Iranian territory as the United States works to secure the Strait of Hormuz. CENTCOM released a statement saying over the past 3 months, Iran has attacked more than 30 commercial vessels transiting the international waterway, vital for regional and global trade. The unwarranted attacks have endangered hundreds of innocent mariners and undermined freedom of navigation. The strait remains largely at a standstill, with just 3 commercial vessels passing through on Tuesday, according to Kepler shipping data. The other area of focus is still what remains of Iran's nuclear program that President Trump says will be targeted in the days ahead.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio tells Asian leaders he shares their concerns over the Strait of Hormuz.
Secretary Rubio was at the annual meeting of ASEAN countries in the Philippine capital Manila. Southeast Asian nations have expressed alarm over the war in the Middle East. Many face an energy shock as ships struggle to carry oil through the Strait of Hormuz. Secretary Rubio says the U.S. won't let Iran control the waterway.
Where a nation state can decide that they are going to control an international waterway, charge a toll, and if you don't pay them, blow up your ships, we have created a very dangerous precedent, which will repeat itself in other parts of the world, including in this region.
Foreign ministers from Russia, China and the UK are also interested observers at the summit. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill announced on Tuesday that thousands of non-citizens were registered to vote in her state, and some even cast ballots in past elections.
It's unacceptable that the vendor released software with such a glaring error. It's unacceptable that the MVC took a year to get this issue fixed. And it's unacceptable that no one in the previous administration brought this to light.
Despite this issue in her state that occurred under the previous administration, the Democratic governor is criticizing President Trump.
As the Trump administration tries to weaponize elections for political gain, I am ensuring that we protect our elections.
Vice President J.D. Vance says otherwise, writing on X, quote, if only there was a way to stop this type of software error that allowed non-citizens to vote in our elections.
That was Christina Coleman reporting. 69 with sunshine coming up at now 6:33 News Talk, KZRG.
Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway called it a big win for gun range owners. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith tells us about it.
The Missouri Supreme Court unanimously upheld a ruling dissolving a nearly 40-year-old court order that had restricted operations at a shooting club located near Robertsville, Missouri. Neighbors sued way back in the 1980s over gunfire noise and stray bullets. You can read all about it inside the KZRG app. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
A man accused of trying to kick his way into a Jasper County home is now behind bars after an hours-long search involving a drone and a police canine. 49-year-old Sean Orr of Branson first fled from the Joplin PD, then later tried to break into a home near Carthage before leading deputies on another pursuit. Investigators say that Orr abandoned his pickup and hid in thick brush until officers tracked him down. You can read the full story and see the picture of the capture at newstalkkzrg.com. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. 69 with the sun rising, 635. News Talk, KZRG.
A man from Kimberling City is in jail after he allegedly assaulted 3 deputies. A little before 2 in the morning on July 18th, police clocked Gavin Thor Lundgren doing 75 in a 45 zone. A vehicle pursuit quickly followed. He later got out of his car and jumped off a bridge in Kimberling City to try and get away. Lundgren now being charged with assault. He is in the Stone County Jail.
Are you having second thoughts about that song that you put in your old Insta post? Well, good news. You can now change it.
Used to be changing music in your posts on Instagram meant having to delete the post and uploading an edited version with the fresh sounds, but this meant deleting likes and comments. Now, Meta is promoting a new tool called Replace Audio, in which users can change the music or other audio while keeping the rest of the posted content. To make use of the new Replace Audio tool using either the iOS or Android Instagram apps, just go to the post in question and tap More Options, then Edit, then Audio. From here, select a new track as you would have selected one originally, and then tap Done. Eben Brown, Fox News.
According to Joe Morgan, the Royals squeaked by last night.
The Kansas City Royals pulled off a tight 3-2 victory over the San Francisco Giants last night. Lunder Avila was stellar on the mound, fanning a career-high 7 batters, while Nick Lofton delivered the clutch tie-breaking RBI single to seal the win. Game 3 first pitch is set for 1:10 today. Out west, the Los Angeles Angels stayed red hot, extending their winning streak to 3 games with a 5-1 win over the Cardinals. The Angels jumped out early with a massive 5-run first inning, fueled by 2 RBIs each from George Soler and Joe Adele. Pitcher Walbert Arena did the rest, tossing 6 strong innings of 1-run ball. The Halos look for the series sweep starting at 3:07 today. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's free of charge. It's available at your app store. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Borges.
Next news, 7 o'clock breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast after some relief from the heat today and on Thursday. A different story as we make our way into the weekend with highs well into the 90s Saturday and a triple-digit high on Sunday. In the meantime, comfortable this morning with a clear sky. A sunny, breezy afternoon with a high of 89 as winds continue out of the northeast. Those winds will diminish tonight with a clear sky and a low in the upper 60s. Clouds will spread in on Thursday with a high near 90. Then a little bit hotter with some more cloud cover on Friday afternoon as the high eventually hits 93 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
No rain showing up this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 66 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh. It's 69 in Webb City, 69 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:38.
Experience matters when electing judges. For 30 years, John Nicholas has served the citizens of Jasper County, including the last 12 as a judge. As a former assistant prosecutor, he knows that courtroom mistakes can result in costly and emotional mistrials.
I'm proud that in my 12 years as a judge, I've never had a case overturned or sent back for a new trial. It's important to get it right the first time. I'd appreciate your vote August 4th to continue to serve Jasper County. Paid for by the Committee to Elect John Nicholas. Chris Churchwell, Treasurer.
Zimmer Marketing is proud to...
Good morning,
Vietnam.
Hey, Bill, what's going on, man? What is shaking in Bill land? The billionaire. Bill the billionaire. Billionaire Bill.
What's shaking, Bacon?
Don't ever refer to Bill as a pig, Steve, you monster. Though such titles are reserved for men who treat women hoggishly.
Oh, Bad. Horrible.
What are you talking about?
Boo.
That is factual. All I speak is fact. I speak the big true.
Are you on Truth Social?
Am I on Truth Social? No,
Where you
Truth
speak
Social
the
is
truth?
yesterday's news. I'm on The Truth.
I don't know. They got
It's-
something new. It's called Truth Plus. It's been all over my Facebook ads.
No, it's called. No, I'm on the social media platform that I'm on is called The Truth.
Ooh.
It's even more truthful than Truth Social. The Big True. Follow me on The Truth at The Big True.
Your quote today.
We buy guns, oh yes, we buy guns, oh yes, we are the best, oh yes.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Join me, Clay Travis, and my good friend Buck Sexton weekdays starting at 11 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
The primary elections are just around the corner. They're coming your way August 4th. There's a lot of things to be considering, like which seats are up for grabs, who's running for those seats, amendments. There's a lot of amendments to be looking at, sample ballots, all sorts of things, and you can get all the information you need to walk into that voting booth confidently at Newstalk KZRG's election headquarters. It's totally free to check out. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections, or just type in to Google or Ask Jeeves or DuckDuckGo or whatever. Type in Newstalk KZRG elections headquarters and it'll find it for you.
What about Yahoo?
Yahoo as well. Whatever search engine you want to use, it will find it. It's amazing. The internet's a beautiful thing. Go check it out. Totally free to do so.
According to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Maher, it's going to be sunny today and a lot cooler, high of 89. Tomorrow, slight chance of showers between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., increasing clouds with a high near 90 for tomorrow. Then it's going to warm up again, sunny and hot, 94 on Friday. Saturday, sunny and hot, 98, and it's going to be back into the hundreds starting on Sunday. We're going to talk to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Maher at 7:25.
Yes, indeed. At 7:10, we're going to be joined by Missouri State Representative Bishop Davison, who sponsored the Amendment 5 bill having to do with repealing the state income tax. We'll be getting straight from the horse's mouth what is going on with that. That's at 7:10 this morning. All right, some exciting news for Missouri shoppers. Missouri getting a break on back-to-school purchases during the state's annual sales tax holiday, which is just around the corner. It runs from Friday, August 7th at 12:01 midnight. So the second the clock strikes 12:01 on Friday, August 2nd. So think Thursday night. Think about that. Thursday night into Friday morning is when it kicks off, and it runs through midnight Sunday, August 9th. So little weekend shopping. And it's a sales tax holiday, which is great. It's awesome. It's a quick little 3-day thing, and the idea is to help Missouri consumers out during back-to-school shopping. Now, this is not a break from sales tax on anything and everything. There are very, very, very specific rules, and only very specific things are actually eligible. What are those things? Well, eligible items for this tax break for Missouri include clothing costing $100 or less per item. Got to be $100 or less. That's it. You can't go out and get the new bougie Yeezys that are, $2,000 and expect to get a tax break on it. Nope, just $100 or less.
Oh, man, I was planning on doing that.
School supplies costing $50 or less per purchase. Graphing calculators costing $150 or less. Computer software is eligible for this short-time tax break. Computer software costing $350 or less. Here's a big one. Personal computers costing $1,500 or less. So this is basically for utilitarian purposes. You can't get the brand new mega Alienware gaming PC that's $8,000 and expect to get this sweet tax break. Nope. Just for basic personal computers needed for basic schoolwork, costing $1,500 or less. Also, what is included in this tax holiday break? Computer supplemental stuff.
Peripheral devices.
What the heck is a peripheral device?
That's the word that you were messing up.
I wasn't messing it up. I didn't like it, so I'm choosing a different word.
Oh, okay.
All the stuff that goes along with the computer. We're talking computer cases. We're talking extra chargers. We're talking, they have these cool things where if you don't want people to see your screen, you can add this little filter on it. It's like a physical pop-on filter that goes on your screen, so you have to be looking directly at your computer. Anyone coming at you from the side, left or right, can't see the screen at all. Guess what? That's all part of it. Any of these computer device or computer, add-ons, these augments that cost $1,500 or less.
Wonder if it includes Mises.
What?
Wonder if it includes Mises.
Maybe. Yes, that would be part of it. That is all part of this tax break. So there you have it. This is all for personal use purchases, not for these giant, mega corporations that can't go buying up stock or whatever and expect to get a tax break. So that's pretty sweet. Now, the other cool thing is that this tax holiday, so to speak, in Missouri, it also has been updated to fit the modern era. And what I mean by that is it includes online orders as well. Now,
that's great.
Couple of caveats with that is you have to make the purchase during the 3-day holiday. You can't put it in your cart on the holiday and then check out 2 weeks later and expect to get the tax break. Got to make the purchase during the sales tax holiday in Missouri, which runs from Friday, August 7th through Sunday, August 9th. So keep that in mind as well. Now, layover or layaway purchases, I should say. We've all done layaway at one point or another. Layaway purchases qualify if the final payment is made during the tax holiday. You can't go shopping on the tax holiday, put it on layaway, buy it 2 weeks later, and expect the tax break. Nope. Doesn't work. However, it goes both ways. If you put an item on layaway, 2 weeks before the tax holiday, and then you go and make the final purchase on the tax holiday, it counts. So that's pretty cool. Now, a couple of things that do not qualify for this Missouri state sales tax holiday. Jewelry. No tax break for you. Handbags. Nope. Watches. Nope. Umbrellas. Nope. Scarves, ties, belt buckles. Nope. None of that. None of that counts. Gift cards are not tax exempt when purchased either. Keep that in mind. So there you go. Pretty sweet. Coming up next month, early next month, August 7th through the 9th. All sorts of things. You can check out all the details at newstalkkzrg.com. Moving on from there, Steve, it's going to be hot, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. In fact, it's going to get very hot next week. In fact, I think it's probably going to be the hottest streak of weather that we've had, actual temperatures, this weekend into next week. We're going to find out when we talk to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Maher at 7:25, but I think it's going to get even hotter.
Which is exactly why things like air conditioning matters now more than ever, which is exactly why you should be checking your AC units. News Talk KZRG, we spoke with Troy Lowry. He's the service manager at Satterley Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, and he told News Talk KZRG that you should be checking out, if you're a homeowner and you have an AC, now's the time to be checking out your filters. Apparently, your filter is one of the first things that goes out, or could be one of the first usual suspects to check out if your AC stops working one way or another. Or if suddenly you're like, dude, I feel like the AC used to be better. I feel like it's gotten worse. Check your filters. It could be that. Filters left unchanged for long periods can restrict airflow, which causes the system to glitch out. Doesn't work very well. Some things that can get into those filters for your AC units, which are typically housed outdoors, grass clippings, dirt, stuff like that, that can clog. That can clog the filters, which can make your AC run a lot less good, a lot less gooder. So keep that in mind. Some other things that homeowners should check out is shut off the power before gently rinsing the coils with a garden hose. If you decide that your AC isn't working really well and you want to do some basic home maintenance, that's something you can do. You can rinse it off. That's fine. Turn off the power, though. You don't want to get electrocuted. That's no bueno. And the other thing that they advise to avoid, AC issues long-term during the summer heat is don't go for crazy, chaotic temperature swings. And what I mean by that is, and this is something I used to do all the time, which I later learned in life is a bad idea. I was like, well, I'm not home during the day at all, so I'll turn my AC off during the day, and then when I get home in the evening, I'll turn it back on. I'll save money that way. Apparently, that's terrible for your AC unit. I didn't know that, but AC units told me, don't ever do that. That's a bad idea. And the reason why is because these dramatic thermostat changes, so to speak, I mean, you're basically telling your AC that you can sleep all day and then wake up, shaking it awake and making it run 15 miles straight. It's just terrible for the system. It's got to overwork itself for a very short amount of time. That's not healthy for the AC unit. If it's not doing anything all day, sitting idle, and then all of a sudden you kick it into 12th gear for like for just a few hours before it finally stabilizes, that's hardcore. That beats the unit down. That's not healthy for AC units long term. So what is advised is if you're not home all day trying to save money, instead of shutting her down, maybe just raise it a few degrees while you're gone, and then you can lower it a few degrees when you're home in the evening, something like that. But really, you want to keep it on all day, just so that way there's a nice consistent flow. You're not overworking the unit at all. And yeah, it might cost you a little more money in terms of your electric bill. However, it's probably going to save you a lot of money long term, because what happens if your AC goes out? You got to call in the brigade to come and fix it. And boy, that's never a fun, cheap bill, right? So, you can get all the details at News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 6:52.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that the U.S. is still willing to negotiate with Iran, but only if Iran gets serious. Rubio said the current issue is that Iran is not taking their commitments seriously. Will there be peace in the Middle East? Stay tuned.
Number 2.
Missouri shoppers getting a break on back-to-school purchases during the state's annual sales tax holiday, which runs from Friday, August the 7th through Sunday, August the 9th. Items eligible for this tax break include clothing, school supplies, certain personal computers, and more. Details and specifics are at newstalkkzrg.com.
Number 1.
Elections are just around the corner. Get all the information you need to be informed. Go to KZRG Election Hub, complete with races, candidates, amendment language, sample ballots, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What is the subject matter you feel you are an expert in? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. What is something you think you're an expert in? Toby said drinking beer. Ask anyone that knows me. He's a pro. I think Steve's an expert in that too. Coming up, what's going on with Sean Hannity's Morning Minute? You can tune in to Sean every single weekday starting at 2 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast after some relief from the heat today and on Thursday. A different story as we make our way into the weekend with highs well into the 90s Saturday and a triple-digit high on Sunday. In the meantime, comfortable this morning with a clear sky. A sunny, breezy afternoon with a high of 89 as winds continue out of the northeast. Those winds will diminish tonight with a clear sky and a low in the upper 60s. Clouds will spread in on Thursday with a high near 90. Then a little bit hotter with some more cloud cover on Friday afternoon as the high eventually hits 93 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Hi, I'm Richard Davidson, candidate for presiding commissioner of Newton County. For 30 years, I built a successful family business by asking tough questions, solving problems, and finding better ways to get the job done. I brought that same approach to City Hall as mayor of Neosho, where I work every day to improve city government. Now I'm ready to bring that proven leadership to you in Newton County. You should expect more from your county government. You deserve a strong leader who delivers results. I'm Richard Davidson, and I'd appreciate your vote on August 4th. Paid for by Davidson for Newton County, Derek Snyder, Treasurer.
The Wisdom of the Praying Mantis, Chapter 2.
I will jump into the road,
said the adolescent insect.
No, young grasshopper, do not test the pavement, for you run the risk of being washed away in a hurricane. Car wash.
The praying mantis wisely replied.
I don't understand. How does this happen?
As the insects attempt to cross the grassless divide, a human comes along in an automobile. Many bugs then collide with what is called a bumper. The wise humans then wash away the splattered remains at a place called Hurricane Car Wash. They seem to like it very much. It has an app that allows them to buy memberships to this place and wash their cars as much as they like.
Say goodbye to bug guts at Hurricane Car Wash. Get unlimited daily washes in the soft touch or touch-free bays 24/7 at all 3 of their locations.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning.
Hi, this is Nathan Terry. Let Spring River Drain and Sewer take the stress out of clogged pipes and backed up sewer lines. Whether it's toys, grease, roots, or years of buildup, our team has the tools and experience to clear the problem fast. And we do it right the first time. We charge flat rate pricing, not by the hour, so you know the price before we even show up. Call Spring River Drain and Sewer. Get started on fixing your sewer or drains today. Schedule an appointment at springriverdrain.com. And remember, Spring River makes that rain go down.
Goldilocks needed a dumpster. The first one she rented was too small.
My garage has one fit.
The second dumpster was too big.
I don't own that much junk.
Then she found a yellow box from Big John's roll-off service.
This dumpster is just right.
Hey, I'm the Big John from Big John's roll-off service.
And I'm the wife, Claire.
And our yellow box special gives you 15 to 20.
Dude, honestly, I think the last, major... I know Odyssey's, the big story right now, but I really think the last truly incredible movie-going experience was the Barbenheimer. The Barbenheimer,
pair of movies.
Yeah. Truly, it was more of an experience than anything.
When you've got big waste, you need Big John's. Big on service, big on savings.
Morning, Rick. Morning, Chris.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is
Hannity Morning Minute. This new Maine candidate, the guy that seems to have emerged in this Maine Senate race, his name is Troy Jackson. He was once anti-abortion, now a radical socialist. He once opposed abortion rights, same-sex marriage. I guess this is the politics of convenience. And he will now, it looks like, be the new nominee for the Senate in Maine. Now the Graham Plattner's gone. And as his political ambitions changed and rose, a former president of the Maine Senate kept pushing his economic populist message, but he shed any socially conservative positions he had had. That's what you call an election year conversion.
The Conservative Underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
Good news, you don't have to overpay for big wireless. Nope, not when Pure Talk comes in with the exact same cell towers, the exact same 5G network, the same exact service for a fraction of the cost. And by the way, now for the first time ever, Pure Talk, they are offering any plan at just $15 a month for your first 3 months. Average family saves over $1,000 a year. Whatever plan you choose, including their unlimited data plans, even their top-tier $65 plan, $15 a month for your first 3 months. Huge saving up to $150. But make the switch now. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy. Enjoy your first 3 months of text, data, talk, $15 a month. You simply dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. Make the switch, pound 250, keyword save now from my wireless company, a veteran-owned company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
The four states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 7 o'clock.
After the talking stopped, the bombing of Iran continues. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The U.S. military launched airstrikes an 11th straight night, hitting military facilities and drone storage, trying to degrade Iran's ability to keep attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz.
We remain open to diplomacy. We remain open to working it out in a negotiated way. But right now, they don't seem to be serious about that. And so we're going to continue to protect shipping.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that this morning in the Philippines after meeting with China's foreign minister.
They've been pretty clear that they don't support any tolling or restrictions on global shipping through an international waterway.
Only a few ships got through the strait yesterday, and this morning oil prices keep rising back up. WTI back to around $88 a barrel, $20 higher than when July started, and the price of the gas pump's gone up 17 cents since last Wednesday. Later this morning, the commander-in-chief will go to Delaware, where 4 flag-draped caskets will arrive. American troops killed last week in Jordan and Iraq.
President Trump says it will be a great honor to pay his respects to the American service members at the dignified transfer today at Dover Air Force Base. Last night, the Department of War announced another soldier killed in last weekend's enemy attack. Sergeant Angel S. Ramperstad, 28 years old, of Ozone Park, New York, bringing the total number of service members killed in the conflict to 18.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. A Trump-backed Republican congressman could be Arizona's next governor.
I have every bit of confidence that we're going to win. We're going to get our message out, our message of restoring the American dream to Arizona.
Andy Biggs will try to unseat Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs in November. Biggs got more than 70% of the vote, beating fellow Congressman David Schweikert in the GOP primary. 2 other Trump-backed Republicans also won primaries. Mark Lamb trying to replace Biggs in Congress. Former NFL kicker Jay Feely is vying to take Schweikert's House seat. A Democratic congressman in Arizona fended off a challenge from the left. Greg Stanton beat a Democrat socialist in the primary. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG, heading for a high of 89. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 7:08. Sun is shining at 66 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Columbus, 68 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG. A moment of anger behind the wheel could have ended several lives in southwest Missouri.
Well, the Vernon County Sheriff's Office tells News Talk KZRG that Tyler Millman of Moundville fired 5 shots towards another vehicle during a road rage incident on Monday. Children reportedly put in the line of danger, but thankfully no one got hurt. Millman being held without bond on several felony charges, as officers remind you that no traffic dispute is worth losing your freedom, let alone someone's life. I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
No excuse absentee voting is now underway in Missouri, with just 2 weeks remaining until the August 4th primary election. Jasper County Clerk Charlie Davis tells KZRG who can vote.
Anybody that is a registered voter that is already registered in Jasper County can come to the courthouse in Carthage, the courts building in Joplin, Monday through Friday, all the way up until Monday, the day before the election, from 8:30 to 4:30, and vote absentee.
The August 4th ballot includes 4 statewide constitutional amendments. No excuse absentee voting continues through August 3rd at local election authorities. And voters will need a valid photo ID to cast a ballot.
The world's top pump track riders are heading to the Joplin metro area to compete in an international cycling competition at Joplin's new Momentum Bike Park. Local sports fans have a chance to see world-class competition up close. Joplin Convention and Visitors Bureau Director Patrick Tuttle telling News Talk KZRG the event is on
August 14 and 15, and go to the Momentum Bike Park on Facebook, and you'll find the registration page in there, or go through Visit Joplin Mo, and we'll help you out on that side as well.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, Sunshine 68, 704 News Talk KZRG.
Summertime heat can make your air conditioning work overtime. Satterley Service Manager Troy Lowry says simple AC maintenance can save your system in the long haul.
Keep your thermostats down at nighttime. If you turn them up at nighttime, don't turn them up too much. Let the system catch up and start the day off cooler, and that will help your house in the heat of the afternoon.
Lowry gave us some great tips to keep your home cool. Read them all at newstalkkzrg.com.
While soccer fans packed Kansas City for the World Cup, law enforcement officers were carrying out a major operation targeting child exploitation and human trafficking. The FBI says that 19 people were arrested, 9 children were located, and 9 other individuals received victim services during the 6-week effort. The entire story can be found at newstalkkzrg.com. How did the Royals do last night? Joe Morgan's got the answer.
The Kansas City Royals pulled off a tight 3-2 victory over the San Francisco Giants last night. Lunder Avila was stellar on the mound, fanning a career-high 7 batters, while Nick Lofton delivered the clutch tie-breaking RBI single to seal the win. Game 3 first pitch is set for 1:10 today. Out west, the Los Angeles Angels stayed red-hot, extending their winning streak to 3 games with a 5-1 win over the Cardinals. The Angels jumped out early with a massive 5-run first inning, fueled by 2 RBIs each from George Soler and Joe Adele. Pitcher Walbert Arena did the rest, tossing 6 strong innings of 1-run ball. The Halos look for the series sweep starting at 3:07 today. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
It's free at your app store. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Joe Morgan.
Next news at 7:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. We'll get relief from the heat today. Clear this morning, a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high of 89. Then clear tonight with winds diminishing and a low in the upper 60s. Tomorrow there will be an increase in cloud cover as the high approaches 90. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture. When you're updating the rooms of your home with new cabinets, flooring, and furniture, trust the pros at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture store.
No rain showing up this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. Sunshine, 66 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh. It's 68 in Webb City, 68 in Joplin. News Talk, KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 7:07.
Bill, you're an old politician.
Yup, sure am.
So you know the old-timers warned that someone trying to sell you a pig in a poke was a con man.
Well, sure.
Well, no offense, Tom, but your politician's Amendment 5 is a pig in a poke, allowing politicians to raise our taxes without a vote of the people, and the politician's Amendment 4 takes away our power to do anything about it. Well, let's look at what's really inside Ford 5.
Oh, don't do that.
5 hits hardest seniors and those struggling financially with new taxes on services like doctor visits, in-home care, and rent. Sales taxes could more than triple. For up to 80% of Missourians, it's a tax hike. And Amendment 4 ends majority rule, allowing a minority of the most liberal statewide voters in one district to effectively end our power to stop corruption and out-of-control spending and taxing.
Slick plan, huh?
No, Tom. 4 and 5 are schemes that hurt citizens and transfer our power and our money to politicians and lobbyists. That's why I'm voting no on the politicians' Amendments 4 and 5, paid for by Missourians for fair governance.
This is your business.
Ew, what's that smell?
This is your business after a visit from Helping Hands Commercial Cleaning Services.
At Helping Hands, they get it. The dust bunny colony multiplying daily under your office desk. That window grime that turns a noxious shade of yellow when the sun hits it just right. The mess that keeps growing. It feels overwhelming. But Helping Hands can help. Cleaning is kind of their thing, and they do it without judgment. They provide reliable cleaning solutions backed by a spotless reputation. So whether your business needs a light dusting and quick refresh or a top-to-bottom deep clean.
Morning, everybody. Hey, if you have any questions about Girl Chris, good morning to you. Rick, good morning indeed. If you guys have questions about Missouri's Amendment 5, pop them in the chat. We're going to be talking about it in just a little bit here.
Back on track fast. No judgment. They're ready to do the dirty work. Find Helping Hands Commercial Cleaning Services on Facebook or at helpinghandsservices.com.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Radio infotainment live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. You're listening to News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning Newswatch on News Talk KZRG.
7:10 is the current KZRG news time. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Joining us live here on KZRG is Missouri State Representative Bishop Davidson. Representative Davidson, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Representative Davidson, you were actually the sponsor for Missouri's Amendment 5, which Missouri voters will be looking at on the August 4th ballot. Can you walk us through, Representative, in simple terms, what exactly Amendment 5 is? What are voters voting on?
Yeah, in simple terms, it's a tax reform amendment, and the big pieces of that tax reform are eliminating income taxes and creating a more fair, transparent tax system, and then reducing local taxes like personal property and real property.
Interesting. And that last part is something I think that kind of gets buried in the conversation about Amendment 5. Can you walk us through the property aspect of this taxation reform?
Yeah, so the way that this works is it allows the legislature to have a very guardrailed, narrow conversation for the purpose of eliminating income taxes and reducing local tax rates. And that conversation is this, that the sales tax base can be expanded to eliminate and reduce local property taxes. And so what that means is if the base is expanded, which means there's more goods that may be or have a sales tax upon them, then those extra revenues, those extra dollars that local subdivisions, local jurisdictions, your cities and counties, things like that they receive have to be used to roll back property taxes. And a lot of people, it's always news that property taxes aren't actually levied by the state government at all. We don't collect any property taxes. That's completely at a local level. And so what this does is says, hey, if locals get new dollars, they have to roll back their property tax rates to accommodate those new dollars.
Wow. It's Missouri State Representative Bishop Davidson, who sponsored Missouri's Amendment 5 that voters will be looking at on the August 4th ballot. So, Representative Davidson, one of the concerns that people have with Amendment 5 is this idea that they don't know what is going to see sales tax that didn't previously have it. As you had just noted, the sales tax base will be expanded. More goods, more services will be taxed. Is that a concern in your mind with the way Amendment 5 is written?
Yeah, so what it does is it allows the legislature, it could have the base expanded. Right now, we have 200-plus exemptions in our sales tax code, and a lot of it is constitutionally frozen. Frozen in time. And so, for instance, anything before 2015, well, people have talked about AI services, for instance, and they go, well, is that taxed? Can we tax that now? We can't. We constitutionally aren't allowed to. And so any new thing that's been created is fundamentally not allowed to be taxed by our Constitution. This would change that and allow us to have taxes on those things, but not just for the growth of the state. If we were to tax any of those new things and close any of those loopholes, it has to reduce and eliminate income taxes, and then it has to reduce local tax rates at the same time.
Right. It's Missouri State Representative Bishop Davidson, sponsor of Missouri's Amendment 5 here on News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time 7:15. Another concern about Missouri's Amendment 5 that I've heard a lot about is this idea that, you know, your income tax, your state income tax bill, so to speak, is roughly fixed. Most people aren't getting wildly big changes in their income year over year. So that's roughly fixed, but if the sales tax base expands, is there a possibility that your tax bill actually could go up because suddenly you're being taxed on more things in everyday purchases, everyday services, as opposed to just your yearly income tax bill? Is there concern about that?
There is some concern about that. What I would say, though, is that there's actually a world in which your sales tax rate goes down. And as you broaden the base, you're actually making it more fair and evening it out on things that you're not consuming. So no one consumes 100% of the economy, yet we only tax 30% of the economy. But people consume 100% of their income, and we tax 100% of their income. The idea is to give them more money through their income tax elimination, and then to make the sales tax more fair by having it on a broader number of things that not everyone is consuming. And so I think the overall sales tax burden gets reduced, but then we're missing the biggest point, which is we now also supercharge the economy. You get less of what you tax, and so when you tax income, you're taxing productivity, hard work, effort. Those are the very things that actually build an economy, that create economic growth. And when you have economic growth, what happens? Well, you have jobs moving in, and as jobs move in, wages go up as they're competing for the same labor pool. And then as businesses come in, they're producing more goods and services, and as you increase the number of goods and services, prices go down. This is how you affect affordability from both sides, by both increasing wages and decreasing prices.
Is Missouri State Representative Bishop Davidson, sponsor of Missouri's Amendment 5 that Missouri voters will be looking at on the August ballot. KZRG News Time 7:17. Another question that we got from our listeners, Representative Davidson, about Missouri's Amendment 5 is senior citizens that are living off of Social Security. A note was made that in Missouri, they already don't pay income tax on Social Security, so they're not really getting a tax break out of this. But suddenly the services that they use might suddenly get a tax, so in a way they're actually getting taxed more than they might otherwise. What say you to that?
Between federal required exemptions, constitutional exemptions, and commitments from the governor, no essentials will be taxed whatsoever. And when we're talking about seniors that we're concerned about, we're talking about those seniors that are living lives paycheck to paycheck. The reason they don't pay income taxes now is because the legislature has eliminated their income taxes on Social Security, on capital gains, on public pensions. It's seniors who know best that eliminating income taxes bring benefits to their lives. And it's seniors that came and told us that they'd like to see the same benefits for their kids and their grandkids as well. But as I'd mentioned before, there's a real path, depending on where you live in the state, that your overall sales tax burden, with the local sales tax included, actually goes down because of this legislation. And I think there's a very real path in which seniors are going to see real savings in their pockets. That being said, I don't want to say that those who are going to benefit more are going to be those who are generating kind of W-2 income. But as I believe, seniors are looking out for the future, and that's one of the things that we have to keep in mind when writing laws. And the best thing that you can do for any seniors today is to keep their kids and grandkids here in the state of Missouri. And that's not happening. Right now, we're getting older as a state, and that's because our young people are leaving to find economic opportunities elsewhere.
It's Missouri State Representative Bishop Davidson, the sponsor of Missouri's Amendment 5 here on News Talk KZRG. Representative Davidson, is there any insight at this stage that Missouri voters can have when it comes to what additional sales tax might exist? And by that, I don't mean the rate, I mean the increased base. What things are at risk of getting taxed that aren't previously or aren't already taxed?
Yeah, and you said you don't mean the rate, but it is actually a good number to talk about. If you had as broad of a base as possible and eliminated your income tax in 2032 and you wanted to be revenue neutral, the rate you're looking at, right now we're 4.225. The rate you would be looking at is 4.97%. It's not 20%. It's not 17%. It's none of the numbers that you're hearing out there, which are crazy. It's actually, 1 to 2% more than where we are today once you back out all of the exemptions that are necessary. But to talk about the base, right now, every single good and service has an income tax on it. Every single one of them. Not just because the income you use to buy that good and service is taxed, but also because there are multiple income taxes behind that good and service that inflate the price of it. And so it doesn't matter what you buy today. You go to the doctor's office, and that doctor's income tax gets bundled into the price of what you're paying. And so there are no exemptions. This is one of the things that we hate about income taxes. It's not very transparent, and it's not very fair, and there are no exemptions. And so when we're talking about expanding the base, we're talking about expanding the base to goods and services that are affected by income taxes now, minus any exemptions that are for necessity. Real estate, agriculture, groceries, healthcare, those sorts of things.
I see. It's Missouri State Representative Bishop Davidson, sponsor of Missouri's Amendment 5. Representative Davidson, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
We'll talk to you again soon. KZRG News Time, 7:21.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that the U.S. is still willing to negotiate with Iran, but only if Iran gets serious. Rubio said the current issue is that Iran is not taking their commitments seriously. Will there be peace in the Middle East? Stay tuned.
Number 2.
Missouri shoppers are going to be getting a break on back-to-school purchases during the state's annual sales tax holiday, which runs from Friday, August the 7th, through Sunday, August the 9th. Items are eligible for this tax break include clothing, school supplies, certain personal computers, and more. Details and specifics are at newstalkkzrg.com.
Number 1.
Elections are just around the corner. To get all the information you need to be informed, go to KZRG's Election Hub, complete with races, candidates, amendment language, sample ballots, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What is a subject matter you feel you are an expert in? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. You can also leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. Totally free to do so by downloading the KZRG app. Coming up, a look at weekday weather on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast after some relief from the heat today and on Thursday. A different story as we make our way into the weekend with highs well into the 90s Saturday and a triple-digit high on Sunday. In the meantime, comfortable this morning with a clear sky. A sunny, breezy afternoon with a high of 89 as winds continue out of the northeast. Those winds will diminish tonight with a clear sky and a low in the upper 60s. Clouds will spread in on Thursday with a high near 90. Then a little bit hotter with some more cloud cover on Friday afternoon as the high eventually hits 93 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Hey, what are you doing?
Avoiding the heat. Where are you? It sounds like you're at a party or something.
Pretty much. I'm at Anvil Axe Company, and you should be here too.
I don't know.
Do you want to have fun?
Yeah.
Then get to Anvil Axe Company.
Go to the only place that's forged for fun. Anvil Axe Company and Event Center. With axe throwing, cornhole, ping pong, darts, and more. There's an entire summer's worth of fun waiting for you at Anvil Axe Company. Minutes from Joplin and Neosho, miles from boring. Book online at anvilaxeco.com. If it's time for a party, wedding reception, company picnic, outing, or event, go to the only place that's forged for fun. Anvil Axe Company and Event Center. With axe throwing, projected interactive targets, an outdoor patio with fire pits, and catering options from upscale to affordable favorites, Anvil Axe Company and Event Center gives you the most unique, most diverse, most fun venue in the area. Minutes from Joplin and Neosho, miles from boring. Book online at anvilaxeco.com.
You know that feeling. Your driver calls and says, "You're not going to like this." It's your first holy cow moment of the day. Maybe it's a blown hub, a trailer that won't brake right, a lighting issue right before a load has to leave. But whatever it is, you know your day and your bottom line is at risk. That's why you need Bennett's Truck and Trailer. They know those holy cow moments hit fast. And when they do, you need someone who knows how to fix a problem and keep you moving. From the biggest fleets to owner-operators running on thin margins, Bennett's is the name people trust when the unexpected threatens to put the brakes on your day. Because at Bennett's, it's not just about parts and repairs, it's about keeping your business on the road. Fast service, experienced techs, dependable solutions. That's why so many companies trust the Bennett way.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Cindy from Bennett's Truck and Trailer. Roll into the shop on Thunder Road in Dunawig or find us online at bennettstrucktrailer.com.
Bennett's Truck and Trailer, the name fleets trust and the service drivers remember.
Hey, what do you have there?
I'm just reading through Jill Carter's voting record. Did you know Jill Carter voted to give millions of our tax dollars to billionaire professional sports team owners?
Really? Why would she do that?
Jill says she didn't get a chance to read the bill.
Wow, isn't that her job?
Exactly, but that's not all. Jill Carter missed more than 40 votes she was supposed to cast and voted to expand video slot machines into gas stations while taking over $50,000 from video gambling companies.
So, Jill Carter misses votes, doesn't read the bills, and gives handouts to her big business donor buddies?
Yep, that's why we need Dr. Ellen Nichols in the state Senate.
Everybody knows Ellen. She's been a trusted neurosurgeon here for years.
We can rely on Ellen Nichols to show up, do the work, and give our families the relief they need from these crushing property taxes.
And I love that Ellen Nichols is fighting to stop these AI data centers from destroying our economy and environment.
That settles it. If we want change, we need to support Dr. Ellen Nichols, the conservative choice for state Senate.
Paid for by friends of Dr. Ellen Nichols. Paula Baker, Treasurer.
Be sure to tune in to News Talk KZRG every weekday from 9 to 11 to hear what's going on with me, Chris Plant, on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Sunshine, I'm Steve Scott along with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
I'm doing a lot cooler this morning than what we were yesterday at this time.
Oh, yeah, what a difference a day makes and what a difference that cold front made as far as our temperatures and the humidity level. Nice and comfortable for you this morning compared to our high yesterday, which was 97. We'll be in the upper 80s today before we heat back up into the weekend.
Now, speaking of that weekend, I understand it's going to be a very hot weekend, including into the next week. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, we may have a stretch of about 4 days where we are at or above 100 degrees for high temperatures, and that will start on Sunday and lasting into Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday as well before we eventually cool a little bit later next week. And by cooling, I mean mid-90s, so it's going to be quite a stretch of hot weather for us. In the meantime, though, you'll be able to take advantage of some lower humidity levels as you venture out today. Clear this morning, a sunny and breezy afternoon, 89 the high, down to 69 with a clear sky tonight. Winds will diminish tomorrow, increasing clouds, just a slight chance for an afternoon storm as we hit 90, a little bit hotter Friday, cloudy 93. Then we really heat up during the weekend. A sunny Saturday with a high of 98. And on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, some sunshine highs each of those afternoons close to 102.
Now, do you have any tips on driving across the state when it's nice and hot?
Make sure your air conditioning works, that's for sure. That's my tip for you. But, yeah, it is it's going to definitely be a hot stretch for us. So be prepared if you have got to spend a lot of time outdoors during the weekend, early next week. You're going to want to stay hydrated, and best bet is to get a break in the air conditioning if you can at times.
Yeah, that's always good. Doing yard work in the morning and evening as opposed to the day is always good, right?
Yeah, or better yet, pay someone else to do it.
That's easy.
Work smarter, not harder, huh?
Yeah. No, but I'm with you. I'll have to do something myself. It's really going to be hot, so be prepared. Unfortunately, we still got the rest of this month in August to get past.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Jeff, thanks for the update. We'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That was KZRG's meteorologist Jeff Marr here on News Talk KZRG with that little look at the Heat this week. Hey, by the way, don't forget, with the elections just around the corner, there's a single place that you can get all the election information, like what seats are up for grabs, what those seats represent. What I mean by that is what cities, what counties, what municipalities are in what district. It shows you who's running, what party they're with, all the amendment ballot language, all the amendment language, sample ballots, so much more. It's all in one place. It's the KZRG election headquarters. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections or just type into Google or whatever you use. Type in Newstalk KZRG elections headquarters or hub, or just use buzzwords. It'll find it for you. But it has everything there that you might need to know. Take a little looky-loo, totally free to check out. Get yourself the info you need to walk in on Election Day with confidence. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
At 7:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
American soldiers killed.
House funding stopgap passes.
Ukraine's army chief.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG, topping out at a much cooler 89 today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr following sports. That will be at 7:38. Sunshine at 66 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Hornet, it's 68 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk, KZRG.
President Trump preparing to honor the U.S. service members who were recently killed in Iraq. This as questions grow about the lack of a peace deal with Iran.
President Trump says it will be a great honor to pay his respects to the American service members at the dignified transfer to Dover Air Force Base. Last night, the Department of War announced another soldier killed in last weekend's enemy attack. Sergeant Angel S. Ramperstad, 28 years old, of Ozone Park, New York, bringing the total number of service members killed in the conflict to 18. Yesterday, speaking alongside Lebanon's president, President Trump said Tehran desperately wants to make a deal, but the U.S. is not interested until Iran is prepared for meaningful negotiations. In the meantime, the Pentagon is giving the president options to hit Iran's Pickaxe Mountain.
The House passes a temporary government funding bill.
The government is currently set to run out of money at the end of September, just before the midterm elections, and this stopgap funding measure, which passed the House largely along party lines, aims to avoid an election year shutdown, funding federal agencies at existing levels through December 4th. Democrats who've been demanding overhauls to how ICE officers operate in the field, opposing the measure ahead of the vote, arguing it was drafted without bipartisan negotiation. Though 6 did join Republicans in advancing the bill, which passed 220 to 205. We could still see another shutdown, however, with an impasse over funding in the Senate, which has a 60-vote threshold. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
The head of Ukraine's army has been fired after days of protests.
Ukrainians have been taking to the streets in defiance of martial law, angry at President Zelensky removing a popular reformist defense minister and demanding the dismissal of Army Commander-in-Chief Alexander Syrsky. Now they've got their wish. Syrsky is gone. The 60-year-old seen by many in Ukraine as a Soviet school commander reluctant to implement radical changes. Defending his record, Syrsky wrote on Telegram, an army that was fighting a difficult defensive campaign 2 years ago is now on the offensive. He says Ukraine has recaptured 270 square miles this year. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Sunshine, 68, 733, News Talk KZRG.
Missouri's Attorney General Catherine Hanaway called it a big win for gun range owners. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith explains.
The Missouri Supreme Court unanimously upheld a ruling dissolving a nearly 40-year-old court order that had restricted operations at a shooting club located near Robertsville, Missouri. Neighbors sued way back in the 1980s over gunfire noise and stray bullets. You can read all about it inside the KZRG app. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
A landmark that has stood as a symbol of Joplin's history since shortly after World War I, could soon get a second chance at serving the community. Governor Mike Kehoe signing legislation that could help revive Memorial Hall through a proposed increase in the city's lodging tax. Bob Harrington of the Friends of Memorial Hall Group says,
the 2% tax is going to be dedicated from now into the far future, that its only use is going to be to new construction projects that will bring tourism to Joplin, Missouri.
Harrington says the tax would only affect those that are staying in Joplin hotels and motels. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 68, 734 going on 735. News Talk, KZRG.
Cyclists from across the region are gearing up for a major statewide event coming this fall, and it all kicks off in Joplin. Joplin Convention and Visitors Bureau Director Patrick Tuttle tells News Talk KZRG what riders can expect from a major ride this year.
September 4th and 5th, the BAM, Bike Across the Missouri, is doing Route 66 for the Centennial. So this is a 6-day event of riding across Missouri. They're going to start in Joplin and end up in Eureka, Missouri, for the event this year. So bike ride across Missouri, BAM, the big BAM, will be starting in Joplin again this year too.
Having second thoughts about that song in your old Instagram post? Well, you can now change it.
Used to be changing music in your posts on Instagram meant having to delete the post and uploading an edited version with the fresh sounds, but this meant deleting likes and comments. Now, Meta is promoting a new tool called Replace Audio, in which users can change the music or other audio while keeping the rest of the posted content. To make use of the new Replace Audio tool using either the iOS or Android Instagram apps, just go to the post in question and tap More Options, then Edit, then Audio. From here, select a new track as you would have selected one originally, and then tap Done. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Did the Royals squeak by? Joe Morgan's got the answer.
The Kansas City Royals pulled off a tight 3-2 victory over the San Francisco Giants last night. Lunder Avila was stellar on the mound, fanning a career-high 7 batters, while Nick Lofton delivered the clutch tie-breaking RBI single to seal the win. Game 3 first pitch is set for 1:10 today. Out west, the Los Angeles Angels stayed red-hot, extending their winning streak to 3 games with a 5-1 win over the Cardinals. The Angels jumped out early with a massive 5-run first inning, fueled by 2 RBIs each from George Soler and Joe Adele. Pitcher Walbert Arena did the rest, tossing 6 strong innings of 1-run ball. The Halos look for the series sweep starting at 3:07 today. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's free. It's available at your app store. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 8 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast after some relief from the heat today and on Thursday. A different story as we make our way into the weekend with highs well into the 90s Saturday and a triple-digit high on Sunday. In the meantime, comfortable this morning with a clear sky. A sunny, breezy afternoon with a high of 89 as winds continue out of the northeast. Those winds will diminish tonight with a clear sky and a low in the upper 60s. Clouds will spread in on Thursday with a high near 90, and then a little bit hotter with some more cloud cover on Friday afternoon as the high eventually hits 93 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. Sunshine 66 Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Crestline, 68 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 7:38.
You work hard, follow the rules, and get absolutely slammed by taxes. Your paycheck taxed, your property taxed, everything you buy taxed. Missouri's tax system isn't broken, it's rigged against you. The lawyers and lobbyists working for big corporations and the super rich buried over 200 loopholes for themselves in our tax code. While they pay nothing on the services they use, working families are taxed over and over. It's no wonder they're lying about Amendment 5. Our corrupt tax system is rigged in their favor. They're getting a free ride on your back. Don't believe their lies. The truth is, Amendment 5 closes loopholes exploited by the super rich and slashes taxes paid by Missouri's working families, phasing out income taxes and cutting property taxes. They finally pay what they owe while you keep what you earn. Vote yes on Amendment 5, paid for by Missouri Promise PAC.
I started with Team Dental because I loved the team dynamic. That was what really drew me to come and interview with Dr. Lemus. During the interview process, I'll never forget, he told me our core values: work hard, trust God, be sincere, and help others. And I just fell in love with that. I think it covers a wide variety of, different things that we do for the community. So it's a great team dynamic. I get patients with high anxiety, and that's one of my favorite things when they come in and they are terrified to come and see us, because nobody likes to come to the dentist, let's just be real. But when they complete their treatment and they've earned that trust in you and you see that smile on their face because they feel comfortable, that's amazing. And we see it a lot.
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental of Joplin, where we specialize in dentistry that fits your schedule.
Team Dental of Joplin, the neighborhood practice for your whole family.
With the air conditioner running on high, I know the last thing on anyone's mind is a new fireplace. Call me silly, but all I can think about is fireplaces. Fireplaces on sale, that is. So stop by Flames, mention this ad, and get up to $1,000 off any wood, gas, or pellet stove or fireplace. That's incredible savings on great brands like Fireplace Extraordinaire, Lopi, and Vermont Castings. If you're starting a new build, this is an excellent time to buy. If you're purchasing a new home, Flames has NFI certified technicians who can perform a level 2 real estate inspection and give you recommendations for repair, or we can help you upgrade to a newer, more efficient heat source, all with the beauty, heat, and reliability you want. Our knowledgeable staff is here to help you find the perfect stove or fireplace addition for your space. So stop by Flames today and take a look at our newly remodeled showroom. But don't forget to mention you heard our ad for the best savings, now through the end of July.
Hi, I'm Shane.
And I'm Brooke.
And we've been playing with fire since 1995.
Stop by Flames at 4601 South Range Line, half-mile south of I-44.
Gingrich Structures builds agricultural, commercial, and residential post-frame buildings designed to meet your needs. All built with superior craftsmanship and attention to every detail. From planning to completion, your local Gingrich Pro will guide you every step of the way, helping you create a custom post-frame building you can count on for years to come. Visit GingrichStructures.com to connect with your local Gingrich Pro and ask about the industry's only 5-year workmanship warranty. That's GingerICHStructures.com.
Hey, join me, Sean Hannity, every weekday, 2 to 5. It's all happening right here on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
7:41 is the KZRG News Time. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Joining us live here in Studio 1Z is Dr. Ellen Nichols. She's running to represent Missouri in the State Senate for District 32, which represents Joplin and Neosho and Carthage area. Dr. Nichols, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. It's
Well,
a great opportunity.
We really appreciate you and your time, Ellen. I wanted to talk to you this morning, Ellen, for those listening that are voting in the area that may not be familiar with you and your background and your history. Introduce yourself to the community.
Great. Yeah. I've been a neurosurgeon here for about the last 33 years, and I want to take this opportunity to thank my patients. I've had so many wonderful patients, and I'm so grateful that they allowed me to take care of them and that they trusted me. Beyond that, I'm a wife, a mom, grandmom. I've been a foster mom. I've been active in the community. I was a member of the Rotary for many years and was even chairman of the youth committee for quite a few years. Now I'm very active in the Salvation Army. I'm on the board of Salvation Army. I'm a member of the Salvation Army Church. And that lets me tell you that we have new captains. Larry and Gloria Carmichael are new from California, and I hope that everybody will stop by at the Salvation Army and greet them and welcome them and maybe even volunteer, because there's lots of volunteer opportunities there, lots of work that needs to be done.
Yeah, it's Dr. Ellen Nichols. She's running for the Missouri State Senate, District 32, to represent Joplin, Neosho, Carthage, just to name a few of the bigger cities. And so, Ellen, in your history, in your working history, in your background, what skills do you feel that you've garnered that would help you in a role like Missouri State Senate, District 32?
Well, I think I know the district real well. I know people, Newton and Jasper County. I've spent hours and hours listening to patients, analyzing the information, formulating a plan, and then putting that plan into action. And I think that's exactly the skill set that's needed in the Missouri Senate.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can imagine being a doctor, the high intensity probably helps you out a little bit as well. Being used to that, so to speak.
Yes. Neurosurgery is very intense, very complex, and you have to be very accurate. And you need all those skills when dealing with legislation as well.
Right. It's Dr. Ellen Nichols. She's running for Missouri State Senate District 32 in the Joplin, Neosho, Carthage areas to represent them, just to name a few. The question that every candidate gets asked, that every voter wants to know, of course, is why? Why are you running? What inspired you?
Well, the main thing is that 4 years ago, abortion was illegal in the state of Missouri. Now we have one of the most liberal abortion laws in the country. Nothing was done in the legislature to even attempt to keep that from happening. Now we're in a deep hole that we're having to try to dig our way out of with Amendment 3 that's on the ballot in November, and I hope everybody will get out and vote for that. Beyond that, healthcare, of course, is my passion. I feel like healthcare accessibility and affordability has declined, especially over the last decade. Premiums are so high, deductibles, copays are so high. People are putting off their healthcare till they're sicker, coming in sicker. Well, that means it's a lot more expensive to take care of them, and we don't want them to wait until they're sicker. So I think a lot of work needs to be done with healthcare at this point.
Yeah. Her name is Dr. Ellen Nichols. She's running for Missouri State Senate District 32. So with that, with all those things, would you say those are your top three priorities if you were elected, or do you have a different set of priorities, so to speak?
Yeah, I would say those two, of course, would be my top two. But for a third one, a more recent issue is the concern about data centers. And I'm not against technology and growth, economic prosperity, but we just don't have the answers that we need right now. There are questions about our electrical supply, who's going to pay for it, what our infrastructure is like, whether our infrastructure is adequate, and then water. Water is a huge problem. Water's been a big problem here for at least the last decade. We've talked about new reservoirs, and we need to ensure that we have water security before we bring in any industry that's going to use more water than we really have to give to them. And then there's health concerns with the data center, especially if you're talking about putting a data center right in a residential area, right next to a church and a school. And maybe those things can all be worked out. That's very possible, but they're not worked out now. And we need to take a pause. I've asked for a moratorium until we can get those things worked out, and so that we know what impact there's going to be on our communities.
Yeah. It's Dr. Ellen Nichols running for Missouri State Senate District 32 to represent, just to name a few, Joplin, Neosho, Carthage areas. So with those three things, abortion, healthcare, data centers, if elected, are you going in with a set of ideas or pitches, so to speak, on how to solve these issues?
Well, pro-life will always need to work on. Even if Amendment 3 passes, we are going to need to do things to strengthen foster families, adopting, help working mothers, help strengthen families. So there'll always be work to be done to ensure the sanctity of life. Healthcare, I think, first of all, we need prior authorization reform. That's legislation that's been talked about for the last few years. That's really bogging down physicians' offices. It's keeping patients from getting the treatment that's recommended by their physicians. I think we need to have price transparency. We need to increase competition. Much work can be done in healthcare. And then, of course, data centers. I think right now, the solution is to put a pause on everything until we can get all the information that we need. And that can be done locally. They can put a pause on it, but I think it's going to need to be done statewide to give the local officials the support that they need to get the answers they need before they move forward.
Yeah. It's FM 102.9, 105.9 AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. We're talking with Dr. Ellen Nichols, running for Missouri State Senate District 32. Ellen, if people want to learn more about your background, your history, who you are, where can they go?
drellennichols.com is my website. There's lots and lots of information on there. And then I've got Dr. Ellen Nichols for State Senate on Facebook.
Excellent. Now, if you had one final elevator pitch, so to speak, as to why people should vote Dr. Ellen Nichols for Missouri State Senate District 32, what would that elevator pitch be?
Well, I know the district really well. I have friends and patients all through all the district, and I think that my conservative values reflect the conservative values of the district. I have a track record of showing up and doing the work, 33 years of call every third to fifth night and showing up every time when patients needed me. And beyond that, as a neurosurgeon, we're used to dealing with complex, complicated problems. And that happens, we show up, we do the work, we do it precisely, and we do it thoroughly. And I think that's what's needed in the state Senate. And I can do that.
Excellent. Dr. Nichols, Ellen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for letting me be here.
We appreciate your time. We'll talk to you again soon. KZRG News Time, 7:50.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that the U.S. is still willing to negotiate with Iran, but only if Iran gets serious. Rubio said the current issue is that Iran is not taking their commitments honestly. Will there be peace in the Middle East?
Number 2.
Missouri shoppers will get a break on back-to-school purchases during the state's annual sales tax holiday, which runs from Friday, August 7th through Sunday, August 9th. Items eligible for this tax break include clothing, school supplies, certain personal computers, and more. Details and specifics can be found at newstalkkzrg.com.
Number 1.
Elections just around the corner. To get all the information you need to be informed, go to Newstalk KZRG's election headquarters, complete with races, candidates, amendment language, sample ballots, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What is a subject matter you feel you are an expert in? We want to know. Leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app, which is totally free to download on the App Store or Google Play Store. Coming up, your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast after some relief from the heat today and on Thursday. A different story as we make our way into the weekend with highs well into the 90s Saturday and a triple-digit high on Sunday. In the meantime, comfortable this morning with a clear sky. A sunny, breezy afternoon with a high of 89 as winds continue out of the northeast. Those winds will diminish tonight with a clear sky and a low in the upper 60s. Clouds will spread in on Thursday with a high near 90. Then a little bit hotter with some more cloud cover on Friday afternoon as the high eventually hits 93 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Hi, I'm Jill Carter, your state senator. Out-of-state political insiders have spent more money attacking me than most families make in years. They don't like me because I can't be bought. I'm the only candidate in this fight who stood against big utility companies. I'm pro-life, pro-gun, and the only conservative endorsed by both the Missouri Firearms Coalition and the Missouri Right to Life, and a lifetime rating of A+ by the NRA. I deliver results, not just rhetoric. Check out my record at jillforsenate.com. I'm Jill Carter, and I won't flinch.
Paid for by Friends of Jill Carter, Tanya Williams, Treasurer.
The Wisdom of the Praying Mantis, Chapter 2.
I will jump into the road,
said the adolescent insect.
No, young grasshopper, do not test the pavement, for you run the risk of being washed away in a hurricane. Car wash.
The praying mantis wisely replied.
I don't understand. How does this happen?
As the insects attempt...
Good morning, everybody. Girl Chris, Bill, is, I don't know if, is Austin here? Austin, if you are here or not, and for those listening, we actually reached out. This was Austin's idea, who's often on the live stream. He asked the question, is it legal to get fired for political speech in a private work environment? If you work for a private company, non-government company, can you get fired for political speech, like something you post online or something you say in the office, or maybe even something you say at the grocery store that a coworker overhears? Can they report you to HR? Can you be fired for that? We scheduled a lawyer that specifies, or specializes, I should say, in these cases exactly. And he is going to be joining us next week, or let's see here.
He's going to be joining us on Thursday, this Thursday. So what's that? Tomorrow at 8:10. At 8:10, we're going to be joined by a lawyer to talk about that. And that was a suggestion by Austin. And it's a great question. It's a very important question. And so we're going to have that for you tomorrow at 8:10 in the morning. So that's going to be an exciting deal. Jody, we got the Queen's Way for Jody. Good morning, Joe Day. Frank, good morning to you, good sir. So he said, I think Joe Carter's doing a good job, and I don't see the need to change that, but it was an informative interview. I'm curious what her plans are, though, in fixing healthcare. Yeah, that's always my question with all politicians, is they always say these are things that we need to fix, and it's like, yeah, we all agree they need to be fixed. We all know that.
What's your plan to fix them?
How are we going to do it? Right, exactly. That's always my question too. That'll be an interesting topic about getting fired for political ideology. Yeah, no, it's a super interesting question, and I'm glad Austin asked it. I was excited to share the news with him, but I'm not seeing him on today, so maybe we'll reach out on Facebook to try and inform him that his suggestion was brilliant, or as the Brits would say, brilliant. Brilliant. I might. All right, we got trivia coming up. En un momento. What's that Spanish for, Steve?
I'm sorry?
En un momento?
That's one moment.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Well, I knew Uno because playing Uno.
Winner Evan's Voice.
If your child received a threatening message tonight, what would they do? Would you know where to turn for help? Physical safety is easy to identify, but today's dangers don't always come from the streets. They often come through a screen. On January 3rd, 2024, 16-year-old Evan Bettler became a victim of an international sextortion scheme. Tragically, the experience led him to take his own life. Evan's parents turned their grief into action, creating Evan's Voice to educate families, raise awareness, and help prevent future tragedies. Through sharing Evan's story, providing resources for families, supporting victims, and advocating for stronger protections, Evan's Voice is helping parents, students, and communities understand the growing threat of online exploitation and sextortion. Learn more about Evan's Voice. Access resources for your family. Contact evansvoice.org for more information.
Zimmer Cares, helping local charities deliver their message to the hearts and minds of the 4 states.
This is Buck Sexton. Join me and Clay Travis every weekday from 11 till 2 right here on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
To win, be the first one on the phone with the correct answer to the question. 417-782-1310. 417-782-1310. Oh, Ted, what is today's question?
Today's question is the Four Corners. It's a famous American monument where 4 states meet. What are those 4 states? Which 4 states make up the Four Corners? 417-782-1310. Which 4 states make up the Four Corners? This might be real easy for some, very difficult for others. 417-782-1310. Which states make up the famous Four Corners? 417-782-1310. Steve, what are we giving away here?
Complimentary taco plus chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
Which 4 states make up the American Four Corners? 417-782-1310. I'll give you a hint. It's not Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. I know that we're the 4-state area, but it's not that. News Talk KZRG, what is your guess?
Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas.
Great guess, but no, it's not that. Which 4 states make up the famous Four Corners? 417-782-1310. News Talk KZRG, what is your guess?
Let's go with New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado.
Right you are, my good sir. Right you are indeed. Yes, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. Who do we have here?
Greg.
Hey, Greg, what's your favorite radio station?
KZRG.
Love to hear it, Gregorino. Love to hear it. Have you been able to visit the Four Corners?
I have not.
I know. I haven't. I haven't either. I want to so I can do one of those goofy photo shoots of, I'm in all 4 states at once. Haha, look at me.
Right. Yeah, we got that here in Missouri. We got to go get in 3 right down by downstream, though. So
yeah, that
is
true.
We got the little 3 corners hanging down there.
Tri-state area. Hey, Greg, don't go anywhere, my good friend. We'll be with you in just a moment here. And you have just won a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Keto Tacos, free lunch, and everyone knows the best type of lunch is free lunch. Stay on the horn with us here, Greg, if you don't mind. Yeah, that's what makes up the actual 4 corners: Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico.
I've actually been there as a kid.
Really?
My parents took me there when I was like 10 years old.
Was the experience as magical as everyone's Instagram posts make it out to be?
That was back in another century, so I don't remember.
Oh, so they had the giant cameras that the light bulb exploded using gunpowder to get a photo?
Yeah, well, it had like thin wire fibers in it to explode.
Precisely. How's the heat today, Steve?
Not as hot as it was yesterday, not as hot as it's going to be. High today of 89 with sunshine. Tomorrow, slight chance of showers, 90. 94, sunny and hot on Friday. Saturday, hotter, sunny, 98. Then back into the hundreds on Sunday going forward.
Coming up after the news in less than 10 minutes at around 8:10, Nick Myers, he'll be joining us. We'll be discussing the Newton County Republican Party's annual watermelon feed that is coming up next week. You are invited. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
The 4 states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 8 o'clock.
The U.S. would prefer to negotiate with Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. But Secretary of State Marco Rubio also said this morning,
commercial ships are going through the straits and they're being blown up. The United States is defending that shipping and, in addition, is targeting the places that are launching against those ships.
After an 11th straight night of American bombing, and President Trump just posted on Truth Social a few minutes ago, anytime Iran shoots at a ship in the Strait of Hormuz, the U.S. will bomb and destroy one bridge or power plant. Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv.
The Department of War has released the name of the 4th U.S. soldier that was killed over the weekend during that ballistic missile attack against Jordan. It's Sergeant Angel Romper-Sad of Ozone Park, New York. Now, President Trump will attend the dignified transfer of all 4 service members killed.
They'll return in flag-draped caskets at Dover Air Force Base in 2 hours. Iran launched more attacks today at Gulf countries with U.S. bases, Bahrain and Jordan. Oil prices keep surging back up, and the price at the gas pumps 17 cents higher than last Wednesday. And while the U.S. preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon remains at the heart of the conflict, President Trump has a plan to help Saudi Arabia with nuclear energy.
It has to be submitted to Congress for review, but the plan is likely to face opposition over fears it could lead to the creation of another nuclear-armed state. According to Reuters, the agreement doesn't block the Saudis from enriching uranium, a pathway to nuclear weapons, nor does it require International Atomic Energy Agency inspections.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. New Fox News power rankings give Democrats a slight November election edge, trying to take back control of the House. The Republican redistricting in Texas and Florida could help the GOP keep a slim majority. In Arizona, a congressman's trying to be governor.
I was overwhelmed when I started seeing those vote totals come in. It's awesome.
Andy Biggs got more than 70% of the vote, winning the Republican primary. He's trying to unseat Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs. Trump-backed candidates for Congress also won. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Heading for a high of 89, your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 8:08. Sunshine, 70 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 71 in Galena, 71 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG. A moment of anger behind the wheel could have ended several lives in southwest Missouri.
Well, the Vernon County Sheriff's Office tells News Talk KZRG that Tyler Millman of Moundville fired 5 shots towards another vehicle during a road rage incident on Monday. Children reportedly put in the line of danger, but thankfully no one got hurt. Millman being held without bond on several felony charges, as officers remind you that no traffic dispute is worth losing your freedom, let alone someone's life. I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
No excuse absentee voting is now underway in Missouri with just 2 weeks remaining until the August 4th primary election. Jasper County Clerk Charlie Davis tells KZRG who can vote.
Anybody that is a registered voter that is already registered in Jasper County can come to the courthouse in Carthage, the courts building in Joplin, Monday through Friday, all the way up until Monday, the day before the election, from 8:30 to 4:30, and vote absentee.
The August 4th ballot includes 4 statewide constitutional amendments. No excuse absentee voting continues through August 3rd at local election authorities, and voters will need a valid photo ID to cast a ballot.
Hey, really quick, here's some breaking news. Jeremy texted us at 417-782-1310. You can do so too. He said he's traveling just south of Reddings Mill on Route 86. Sent us in a photo of, it looks like a box truck. Looks like it jackknifed on the road, blocking both lanes. So keep that in mind. This is south of Reddings Mill on Route 86. Possible traffic calamity. News Talk KZRG will have updates as they become available.
A wrongful death trial involving the 2023 death of a Missouri prison inmate is now underway in Jefferson City. With the story, Matt Pilger.
Jury selection began Monday in the lawsuit filed by the mother of Brandon Pace, who died while incarcerated at Tipton Correctional Center. The lawsuit alleges Pace was pepper sprayed after officers suspected he had swallowed an illegal substance and was then denied medical care before his death. Defendants include Centurion Health and 3 nurses who were working the night Pace died. The trial is expected to continue through July 28th. Matt Pilger, Missouri Net.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 71, 805, News Talk KZRG.
Summertime heat can make your air conditioner work overtime. Satterley Service Manager Troy Lowry says simple AC maintenance can save your system in the long haul.
Keep your thermostats down at nighttime. If you turn them up at nighttime, don't turn them up too much. Let the system catch up and start the day off cooler, and that will help your house in the heat of the afternoon.
Lowry gave us some great tips to keep your home cool. Read them all at newstalkkzrg.com.
A landmark that has stood as a symbol of Joplin's history since shortly after World War I could soon get a second chance at serving the community. Governor Mike Kehoe has signed legislation that could help revive Memorial Hall through a proposed increase in the city's lodging tax. Bob Harrington of the Friends of Memorial Hall Group explains.
Currently, our lodging tax is 4%. We had to go to the legislature, got through the legislature. The governor has now signed it into law. So our next step now is we have to formally request from the city council that they put a ballot measure on the ballot in April of 27 that the citizens agree to approve a 2% increase in the hotel-motel tax.
Harrington says the tax increase will only affect those that are staying in Joplin hotels and motels. Well, the Royals had a squeaker yesterday, according to Joe Morgan.
The Kansas City Royals pulled off a tight 3-2 victory over the San Francisco Giants last night. Lunder Avila was stellar on the mound, fanning a career-high 7 batters, while Nick Lofton delivered the clutch tie-breaking RBI single to seal the win. Game 3 first pitch is set for 1:10 today. Out west, the Los Angeles Angels stayed red hot, extending their winning streak to 3 games with a 5-1 win over the Cardinals. The Angels jumped out early with a massive 5-run first inning, fueled by 2 RBIs each from George Soler and Joe Adele. Pitcher Walbert Arena did the rest, tossing 6 strong innings of 1-run ball. The Halos look for the series sweep starting at 3:07 today. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
It's free at your app store. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Joe Morgan.
Next news at 8:30. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. We'll get relief from the heat today. Clear this morning, a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high of 89. Then clear tonight with winds diminishing and a low in the upper 60s. Tomorrow there will be an increase in cloud cover as the high approaches 90. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture. When you're updating the rooms of your home with new cabinets, flooring, and furniture, trust the pros at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture store.
No rain showing up this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. Sunshine, 70 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 71 in Diamond, 71 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:08.
Hi, I'm Walter Hayes, a conservative Republican that believes that we need government that works from the bottom up. That means engaging with the people of the district to make sure that your voice is represented well in Jefferson City. As a Constitution coach and ordained minister, I've devoted my time to the conservative principles that make Southwest Missouri great. I'm ready to bring that same commitment to serving you. On August 4th, vote Walter Hayes for State Representative District 162, and let's turn Missouri right side up. Paid for by the Committee to Elect Walter Hayes, Regina Hayes, Treasurer.
Is your smile summer ready? Whether you're posing for vacation photos or relaxing on the lake, make sure your smile shines with help from Modern Dentistry and Cosmetics. Dr. Hamby is a certified Invisalign Gold provider, offering expert care and personalized treatment to give you the confident smile you deserve. From professional whitening to advanced Invisalign services, Modern Dentistry and Cosmetics is ready to help you look and feel your best. Visit mdco.dental to book your appointment today. Modern Dentistry and Cosmetics, where cosmetic dentistry meets radiance.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Gingrich Structures builds agricultural, commercial, and residential post-frame buildings designed to meet your needs. All built with superior craftsmanship and attention to every detail. From planning to completion, your local Gingrich Pro will guide you every step of the way, helping you create a custom post-frame building you can count on for years to come. Visit GingrichStructures.com to connect with your local Gingrich Pro and ask about the industry's only 5-year workmanship warranty. That's GingerICHStructures.com.
The latest is always heard on News Talk KZRG. Broadcasting from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio, this is News Talk KZRG. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
8:11. That's the KZRG News Time. It's FM 102.9. 105.9 AM 1310 News Talk KZRG. Ted Bojorquez
and Steve Scott.
Chris Plant joining us at 9. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton will be cracking the mic at 11. Sean Hannity at 2. Mark Levin at 5. Joe Pags at 11. The Vin Show coming to you live every single weeknight at 8.
Well, it's going to be a lot cooler today than what it has been. The high today of 89 with sunshine. A lot less humidity as well. Now, tomorrow it's going to be back up to 90 for the high with a slight chance of showers in the midday. Then the warm weather or the hot weather comes back. Friday, sunny, hot, 94. Sunny, hot on Saturday, 98. On Sunday, it's going to be sunny and even hotter. The high on Sunday is going to be 102 actual temperature. Monday, mostly sunny and hot, high of 103. And then on Tuesday, mostly sunny and hot with a high of 102 once again. So get ready. Hot weather is on the way back. That's all according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
We were going to be joined by Nick Myers to talk about the upcoming annual watermelon feed, but it looks like he may have gotten stuck in traffic. So we'll have to reschedule. We'll get him on again, and we'll go through all the details about that upcoming event that's happening next week. Totally free. It's happening at Big Spring Park in Neosho, where candidates are gathering and introducing themselves. They'll each have about 3 minutes to speak. You'll get a chance to speak with them directly, you yourself as a voter, and also there'll be information about amendments that Missouri voters will be looking at. But we'll have to get into those details with Nick at another date, another time, in another life, perhaps, huh, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Steve mentioned how brutally hot it's going to be, which is unfortunate and yet a reality. And now is the time where we as Americans all sit around and be thankful for the invention of AC.
Except for if you're in France.
Yeah, we had a story earlier this month. The French have a quote-unquote deadly heat wave. It's not. It's just as hot as it is here, and the French can't handle it. But they blamed America for their heat wave. And I was confused. I was perplexed. How did we give them a heat wave? Did we bottle up our heat into small little bottles and ship it to France, and they opened them up and now all the heat is there? How exactly does that work? They claim that because Americans use air conditioning so often, it's caused climate change, and it made France really hot. To which I say, there's a great solution for that, France. Air conditioning. You should try it sometime. We use it all the time.
There was a story about 3 weeks ago about a school over there in France that the parents got together and bought 5 air conditioners for the school for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
The government came and took them out because they said it wasn't fair to all the other students in the other schools in the town.
You know why?
Why?
Because they're French and they suck. KZRG News Time, 8:15.
Oui.
Now, let's take a look at our AC maintenance. Some advice to help make sure that your AC is in good health. Troy Lowry, he's a service manager at Satterley Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. We spoke with him here at News Time KZRG the other day. He gave us a lot of good advice. The number one thing he said is if your AC ever dips at any point, if it seems like it's not working as efficiently as it once did, go out and check the filter. Apparently, if that is the number one issue with ACs, the most common issue is simply a filter issue, which, good news for you, pretty easy to fix, actually. If you go out, check out your AC unit, a lot of the times it is clogged with grass clippings or dirt or just generic debris that gets in there just naturally. That could really, really mess with its cooling ability. So that's something you could check out. If there's rattling or high-pitched whining, anything like that, well, something that you could do as a result is check if there's poor airflow. If there's poor airflow, i.e., some of the good old-fashioned, aspects of it might be clogged, then guess what? Again, just check the filters. The filters are probably clogged. That's probably what's leading to it. Just clear that out. It's really easy to do. Another good thing that you can do is avoid extreme thermostat changes. Something I used to do is I would be like, hey, I'm not home during the day. Why am I spending money on AC? Why don't I just turn it off during the day when I'm not home and then turn it back on in the evening? Apparently, that's actually really bad for your machine. Didn't know that. I learned that. I stopped doing that. KZRG News Time, 8:15. That's really bad for your machine because basically it's sitting idle all day and then you're having it work overtime for like 3 hours in a really short amount of time. So it's idle all day and then it's just a workhorse for 3 hours. That really drags on it, which could lead to overall your air conditioning being in a less good position, meaning it is less efficient and meaning higher chance of it breaking or something going wrong with it, at which point you got to call somebody to come fix it, and nobody likes that bill, do they?
No, they do not. One of the things that I want to mention, if you have the outside air conditioning unit that sits out there, say in your yard behind your house, one of the things to keep an eye on, like in the fall, whenever all the leaves come falling down, the wind will sometimes cause...
That happens in the fall?
Yeah, the wind will cause the leaves to gather around the air conditioner unit and block the air intake for the unit that's outside. So you got to keep that clean as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Check on that as well. Details can be found at newstalkkzrg.com. Moving on from there, a story that we had earlier this morning, but in case you missed it, Missouri shoppers will be getting a break on back-to-school purchases during Missouri's annual sales tax holiday. That's cool. Now, this is happening next month, early next month, from Friday, August 7th through Sunday, August 9th. It's a weekend shop-a-thon when it comes to getting certain things tax exempt. Now, it's not all things. It's only certain things. For instance, some items that are eligible for this tax exemption clothing costing $100 or less per item. If it's $105, doesn't count. If you're getting the new Gucci belt, that's $600, doesn't count. $100 or less per clothing item, tax exempt. Look at that. School supplies costing $50 or less per purchase. Graphing calculators costing $150 per less per purchase. Computer software costing $350 per or less per purchase. There's a whole bunch of things. You can go to news.kzrg.com, click on this article, get the details on it. Couple of things that you need to know, though, is that these price limits are extremely strict. If it's, clothing, $100 or less, if it's $100.08, sorry, doesn't go. Got to be $100 or less, period. Full stop. No questions asked. That's it. Done. Interestingly enough, store discounts do count toward the item's purchase. So if there's a discounted item that if it's usually $110, a clothing item that's $110, guess what? If there's a discount that brings it down to $75, that counts. Now it's tax exempt. Bada bing, bada boom, just like that. That's cool. Now, of course, not all things are exempt from this. For instance, you might be thinking clothing. Oh, clothing items, $100 or less. That's great. I can go get that new belt. I can get that new jewelry. That's a form of clothing. Nope, not at all. Doesn't count for this tax holiday. Jewelry does not count. Not tax exempt. Scarves, technically clothing, not tax exempt. Does not count. Doesn't matter the price. Ties and belt buckles does not count. It will not be tax exempt, even though it's clothing. Handbags, nope, doesn't count. Gift cards are also not tax exempt when purchased. Doesn't count either. So you can go and enjoy a sales tax-free holiday early next month in the state of Missouri in honor of back-to-school shopping, but there are a lot of asterisks with it. If you want to go into that shopping holiday and know all the rules and all the regulations and all the details and asterisks that are in place, you can go to news.kzrg.com, click on this article, and all the details are right there for you on news.kzrg.com. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that the U.S. is still willing to negotiate with Iran, but only if Iran gets serious. Rubio says the current issue is that Iran is not taking their commitment seriously. Will there ever be peace in the Middle East? Stay tuned.
Number 2.
Missouri shoppers getting a break on back-to-school purchases during the state's annual sales tax holiday, which runs from Friday, August the 7th through Sunday, August the 9th. Items eligible for this tax break include clothing, school supplies, certain personal computers, and more. Details and specifics at newstalkkzrg.com.
Number 1.
Elections just around the corner. To get all the information you need to be informed, go to the KZRG Election Hub, complete with races, candidates, amendment language, sample ballots, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What is something you feel you are an expert in? What's a subject matter that you believe to be an expert in? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. Teresa on Facebook said Elvisology. She's an expert in Elvisology.
Wow. Boy, that's a hunk of the subject.
Mark said he's an expert in procrastination. You know, somebody once told me that they are the king of their own nation. That nation was called procrastination.
Boo.
All right. Fine. What are you an expert in? We want to know. Coming up, what's going on with technology and Kim Commando? Don't forget, Chris Plant is joining us at 9. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton will be here at 11. Sean Hannity at 2. Mark Levin at 5. The Vince Show coming to you live every single weeknight starting at 8. Joe Pags at 11 and Coast to Coast at midnight. On News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast after some relief from the heat today and on Thursday. A different story as we make our way into the weekend with highs well into the 90s Saturday and a triple-digit high on Sunday. In the meantime, comfortable this morning with a clear sky. A sunny, breezy afternoon with a high of 89 as winds continue out of the northeast. Those winds will diminish tonight with a clear sky and a low in the upper 60s. Clouds will spread in on Thursday with a high near 90. Then a little bit hotter with some more cloud cover on Friday afternoon as the high eventually hits 93 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Conservative, family man, author of The Bald Plan to Reduce Property Taxes. Listen to Scott Schwab.
Property taxes are killing Kansans, but one day it hit me. BALD.
BALD stands for Better Affordable Living by Decreasing Property Taxes. And it's the only detailed plan. Schwab's BALD Plan means voter approval for property tax hikes, refunds for unfair assessments, and tax relief for seniors and working families. Listen to Scott Schwab.
I focus on.
Good morning, everybody. I'm an expert about being opinionated and talking too much, says Teresa. That's me and Steve's entire career.
Definitely.
I think I'm an expert at judging people. I'm not a good judge of character by any means.
No, but you like judging people.
I'm very good. I'm very quick to form an opinion about someone that lasts for a long time based off of little to no evidence. So yeah, I'm pretty good at judging people. Bit of an expert. Pretty much a pro in it. Pretty much a complete and utter pro.
Yard this summer without the fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes.
Remember, if you don't see our logo, it's a no-go.
Learn how we can help with your pest problems at bugawaypc.com.
We do exactly what we say. We keep the bugs away.
Customer satisfaction is our number one goal at Bugaway Pest Control.
China has accomplished something nobody, not even SpaceX, has done yet. They launched a rocket and caught the booster coming home in a giant net. But wait, is that really an accomplishment? I'm Kim Commando for Splash of AI. I show regular people how to use AI to solve real problems, save money, and get ahead. It's free. Sign up at splashofai.com. The catch was real. The Long March 10B came back from space and landed in a net like a fly. The video looks impressive. Now for the rest of the story. The rocket can carry up to 16 to orbit. The SpaceX Falcon 9 carries 25 tons. SpaceX has been landing boosters for a decade, hundreds of times like science fiction predicted. This is the same script as China's new supercomputer. Big headlines, small fine print. But here's why you care. Reusable rockets are why satellite internet and your weather forecasts keep getting better and cheaper. Competition speeds that up. So good for China. Nothing lights a fire under American engineers like seeing a competitor advance. We're still in first place. We land our rockets. They catch theirs. Get my newsletter, getkim.com. Everyone's talking about artificial intelligence, but most of what you're hearing is either hype or hype around more hype. I'm Kim Commando, and every Thursday, I will cut right through it just for you. It's my new free newsletter. I called it Splash of AI, and it shows regular people how AI is actually saving time and real money right now. We're talking thousands of dollars, hours back in your week, and real tools that you can start using today, even if you're not a tech person. And of course, there's no jargon, there's no fluff, just the stuff that actually works, explained in plain English the way that only I can do it. And it's totally free. It lands in your inbox every single Thursday. And once you read it, you'll wonder how you managed without it. So sign up right now while you're thinking about it. Go to splashofai.com. Artificial intelligence is not going away. It's only going to get more intrusive in your life. You need to know what's going on, and my free newsletter will help you out. So sign up right now at splashofai.com. That's splashofai.com. Your Thursday mornings are about to get a whole lot smarter.
Hey, it's Mark Levin with The Mark Levin Show. Be sure to tune in every weekday from 5 to 8 on FM 102.9, 105.9, and AM 1310. News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Going to be sunny, but it's going to be cooler today. at least compared to yesterday. The high today of 89 with lots of sunshine. Tomorrow, slight chance of midday showers, high of 90. Then it's going to be sunny and hot, 94 for the high on Friday. Sunny, hot, 98 on Saturday. Sunday, it's going to be sunny. It's going to be even hotter. The high on Sunday is going to be 102, the actual temperature. Monday, the hottest day of the week for next week so far. Mostly sunny and hot with the high on Monday of 103 actual temperature. Tuesday, it's going to be mostly sunny and hot with the high near 102. That's all according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Yeah, you can get all the details on all things weather, both during times of severity and times of sweatery, with the Zimmer Storm Center app. It's totally free to download on the App Store or the Google Play Store. Hey, something else that's free to check out that is really very neat, and that is the KZRG election headquarters. It's on news.kzrg.com/elections. It has everything you need to know for these upcoming elections. What seats are up for grabs? What seats are not up for grabs? Who's running for the seats that are up for grabs? What party affiliation that they have while running for those seats that are up for grabs? Amendment language, both what appears on the ballot and the complete amendment itself. Sample ballots are there as well. Maps. So, if you're like, hey, am I in voting district 160 or am I in voting district 162? It's hard to keep track of those things. There's maps where it shows you very, very clearly what districts cover what areas of the 4 states. We're talking Missouri. We have Missouri data in there for the upcoming election. We have Kansas data in there for the upcoming election. Arkansas, Oklahoma, we got it all. Anything and everything when it comes to all things elections. Totally free to check out. And on top of that, there's also an interactive map as well, and that's always fun. Makes you feel smart. Makes it look cool. It's awesome. So go to news.kzrg.com/elections, or just go to whatever internet source you use, Google, DuckDuckGo, Yahoo, whatever, and just type in news.kzrg elections and election headquarters, hub, HQ. Use buzzwords. Well, it'll find it for you. Coming up after the news in less than 10 minutes at around 8:40. Interesting update regarding Joplin's Memorial Hall. Good morning.
At 8:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG.
Hitler's old house repurposed.
Rubio, China meeting.
A fight over AI regulation.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Topping out this afternoon at 89. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 8:38. Lots of sunshine. It's already warming up. 70 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 71 in Baxter Springs, 71 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, FM 105.9. And on your smart speaker, News Talk, KZRG.
One of history's most notorious addresses has a very different purpose now.
Adolf Hitler's birthplace in Braunau am Inn, Austria, has officially reopened as a police station after years of debate over what to do with the building. Austrian officials say the goal was to strip the site of its appeal to neo-Nazis who have long treated it as a pilgrimage destination. The government spent nearly $23 million renovating the property, changing its appearance and preserving a memorial outside that reads, in part, "Never Again Fascism." The building had been vacant since 2011, and authorities hope its new role sends a lasting message about democracy instead of dictatorship. Matt Murphy, Fox News.
The Secretary of State has met his Chinese counterpart ahead of President Xi Jinping's visit to Washington.
Secretary Rubio admits the US and China don't always see eye to eye, but they need to make sure things don't get out of hand. He spoke to Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi at the ASEAN summit in the Philippines.
The difficult job of geopolitics and foreign policy is managing your differences and not doing anything that runs contrary to our national interests, but at the same time trying to avoid conflict that could lead to something really catastrophic for the world.
The two diplomats were trying to identify areas of cooperation ahead of the Chinese president's trip to Washington. They also discussed fentanyl and regional tensions, but didn't touch on election interference. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
An AI giant pouring millions more into an AI regulation fight.
AI developer Anthropic doubling its midterm spending, committing another $20 million to Public First Action, a group pushing for government-imposed safeguards and transparency involving AI ahead of November's elections. The startup behind some of the most advanced AI cybersecurity models is going head-to-head with some other tech titans on how to regulate the technology, which Anthropic warns in the wrong hands could be catastrophic. Public First Action says it's a counterweight to the other major AI spending super PAC leading the future, funded by some Silicon Valley giants, pushing for industry-friendly rules that would allow AI to develop with fewer barriers. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
Sunshine 71, 833, News Talk, KZRG.
Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway calling it a big win for gun range owners. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with more.
The Missouri Supreme Court unanimously upheld a ruling dissolving a nearly 40-year-old court order that had restricted operations at a shooting club located near Robertsville, Missouri. Neighbors sued way back in the 1980s over gunfire noise and stray bullets. You can read all about it inside the KZRG app. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
A man from Reeds has pled not guilty to 7 felony sex charges involving a 14-year-old girl. 32-year-old Brian Ayla Garcia made the plea on 3 counts each of statutory rape, statutory sodom, and a single count of enticement of a child involving the girl. Garcia is being held without bond in the Jasper County Detention Center. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 71, 834, News Talk, KZRG.
A man accused of trying to kick his way into a Jasper County home now behind bars after an hours-long search involving a drone and a police dog. 40-year-old Sean Orr of Branson first fled from the Joplin police, then later tried to break into a home near Carthage before ultimately leading deputies on yet another pursuit. Investigators say Orr abandoned his pickup, hid in thick brush until officers ultimately tracked him down. The full wild story can be found at newstalkkzrg.com.
Are you having second thoughts about that song that's in your old Insta post? Well, good news. You can now change it.
Used to be changing music in your posts on Instagram meant having to delete the post and uploading an edited version with the fresh sounds, but this meant deleting likes and comments. Now, Meta is promoting a new tool called Replace Audio, in which users can change the music or other audio while keeping the rest of the posted content. To make use of the new Replace Audio tool using either the iOS or Android Instagram apps, just go to the post in question and tap More Options, then Edit, then Audio. From here, select a new track as you would have selected one originally, and then tap Done. Eben Brown, Fox News.
How did the Kansas City Royals do last night, Joe Morgan?
The Kansas City Royals pulled off a tight 3-2 victory over the San Francisco Giants last night. Lunder Avila was stellar on the mound, fanning a career-high 7 batters, while Nick Lofton delivered the clutch tie-breaking RBI single to seal the win. Game 3 first pitch is set for 1:10 today. Out west, the Los Angeles Angels stayed red-hot, extending their winning streak to 3 games with a 5-1 win over the Cardinals. The Angels jumped out early with a massive 5-run first inning, fueled by 2 RBIs each from George Soler and Joe Adele. Pitcher Walbert Arena did the rest, tossing 6 strong innings of 1-run ball. The Halos look for the series sweep starting at 3:07 today. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's free. It's available at your app store. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 9 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast after some relief from the heat today and on Thursday. A different story as we make our way into the weekend with highs well into the 90s Saturday and a triple-digit high on Sunday. In the meantime, comfortable this morning with a clear sky. A sunny, breezy afternoon with a high of 89 as winds continue out of the northeast. Those winds will diminish tonight with a clear sky and a low in the upper 60s. Clouds will spread in on Thursday with a high near 90. Then a little bit hotter with some more cloud cover on Friday afternoon as the high eventually hits 93 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 70 in Neosho, sunshine 72 in Pittsburgh, 71 in Webb City, 71 in Joplin. News Talk, KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:40.
Bill, you're an old politician.
Yup, sure am.
So you know the old-timers warned that someone trying to sell you a pig in a poke was a con man.
Well, sure.
Well, no offense, Tom, but your Politicians Amendment 5 is a pig in a poke, allowing politicians to raise our taxes without a vote of the people. And the Politicians Amendment 4 takes away our power to do anything about it. Well, let's look at what's really inside Forward 5.
Oh, don't do that.
5 hits hardest seniors and those struggling financially with new taxes on services like doctor visits, in-home care, and rent. Sales taxes could more than triple. For up to 80% of Missourians, it's a tax hike. And Amendment 4 ends majority rule, allowing a minority of the most liberal statewide voters in one district to effectively end our power to stop corruption and out-of-control spending and taxing.
Slick plan, huh?
No, Tom. 4 and 5 are schemes that hurt citizens and transfer our power and our money to politicians and lobbyists. That's why I'm voting no on the Politicians Amendments 4 and 5, paid for by Missourians for Fair Governance.
Wow, it's really hot out here.
Why don't you take your coat off? It's over 90 degrees today.
I can't. It's stuck.
Your coat is stuck?
And I think it's giving me a rash or something because I'm itching and stewing over here.
While you can beat the heat with shorts, sandals, and a trip to the pool, your dog is stuck wearing the same fur coat every day. That's why summer grooming at All Dogs Dream is so important. Professional grooming helps remove excess undercoat, allows the skin to breathe more easily, and helps keep your pet comfortable when temperatures start to climb. It's also a great time to catch fleas, ticks, and skin issues early. From relaxing spa packages to individual services like grooming, baths, and blowouts, All Dogs Dream has everything your pet needs to look, feel, and smell their best this summer. Find more information and book your dog's next grooming appointment online at alldogsdream.com. Let your dog stay, play, and learn with us at All Dogs Dream, just north of Neosho on Gateway Drive.
You hear that, Jason?
Woo!
It's the sound of another person learning about the financing options at Bridgewater Roofing.
They sound pretty excited about our customized payment plans, Josh.
Yeah, we made buying a new roof affordable with payment plans designed to fit your budget.
That's a lot to get excited about. And don't forget quick approval and flexible terms. That's because at Bridgewater Roofing, we've got you covered.
Come visit our showroom or learn more at bridgewaterroofing.net.
Quality and value too. Bridgewater Roofing takes care of you.
I learn best by doing.
I enjoy helping others.
I want to leave my mark.
What begins on this campus moves into studios, hospitals, and communities around the globe.
This is Missouri Southern State University.
Explore boldly.
Care deeply.
Impact globally.
Apply now and find your pride at mssu.edu.
If it makes the establishment nervous, we're talking about it. Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Join me tonight at 8, right after Mark Levin on News Talk KZRG.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
8:41 is the current KZRG news time. It's AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. Chris Plant joining us at 9. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton cracking the mic at 11. Sean Hannity at 2. Mark Levin at 5. Ted Bojorquez.
And Steve Scott. And according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr, it's going to be sunny and cooler today than what it has been. The high today of 89. But tomorrow we've got a slight chance of midday showers with a high of 90, so it's going to start warming up a little bit. Then it really kicks in on the warming up. Friday, sunny, hot, 94. Saturday, sunny, hot, 98. Oh, boy, then they're going to jump really good on Sunday, sunny, hot, 102. Monday, mostly sunny and hot, high of 103, back down to 102 with mostly sunny and hot on Tuesday.
Hey, by the way, don't forget, KZRG's election headquarters is active and awaiting your clickage. Yes, indeed. You can go to news.kzrg.com/elections. Everything you need to know about the upcoming elections, who's running, what they're running for, what party that they are affiliated with. Amendments. It has not just the ballot language, i.e. what it looks like on the ballot, but the full amendment is on there as well. You can take a look at it. You can read it for your own two eyes, with your own two eyes for yourself, unless you, of course, have your own two self, in which case there are voices in your head. I would be a little concerned. You might want to get that checked out. But in any case, all the info is there. It also has sample ballots. It has maps, so you can visibly see the difference between District 160 versus District 162, and you can see which cities, towns, counties, municipalities that those districts cover, all for free at KZRG's election headquarters. All right, let's get into some news here, shall we? A landmark that has stood as a symbol of Joplin's history since right after World War I could soon be getting a second chance, finally. Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe has signed legislation that could give Joplin voters the opportunity to help revive Joplin's Memorial Hall through a proposed increase in the city's lodging tax. Pretty interesting stuff. Now, what this does, what this law, it's now a law, does is it now changes Missouri law to allow Joplin residents to decide in a future general election whether to raise the city's lodging tax from 4% to 6%. So this would be a 2% tax increase on lodging, which means anyone that comes and stays at a Joplin hotel or motel, or as not Bulldog? Who's the rapper? Who's the white
Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn?
Yeah, who's your music guy?
I don't remember the name of the rapper, but I remember the song. I was just thinking that before you started talking about it.
Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn. Pitbull. There he is.
Yeah, it's Pitbull.
Yeah, as Pitbull would say. So if out-of-towners come to Joplin and stay in Joplin hotels, then they would be the ones paying the tax.
So this would include like people coming in for biking tournaments on the Joplin Momentum Bike Park.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%. Or if this had been put in place, a year ago, then people staying in Joplin hotels for the FIFA World Cup, because all of Kansas City's hotels were sold out, would have applied to them as well.
That's true.
That type of thing. Now, the idea is that under this legislation, if this 2% tax increase for lodging does take place within Joplin, then that money could only be used for the construction and maintenance of new capital projects that promote tourism with Memorial Hall, I guess falling within the purview of that definition. Yeah. I don't know who's touring to Joplin to see the Memorial Hall.
Well, it could be back in the old days they'd have musicians go there for concerts.
Is that so?
Yeah, they'd even have WWE had been there before with wrestling matches.
All right, so I guess some people tour the area to go check out Memorial
Sure.
Halls. Yeah, maybe. KZRG News Time, 8:45. Now, the history of this battle, pretty darn fascinating, I will say. To me, this is a case study in the power of local governance, local passion, citizens taking control of their own legislature to get something they care about done, which is, to me, endlessly fascinating. This is a victory for a group called the Friends of Joplin Memorial Hall, which is a citizen-led nonprofit. They have spent years working to preserve and redevelop Joplin's Memorial Hall. You've probably heard of this fight. As a matter of fact, this is the only organization that submitted a proposal after the city of Joplin issued a request for redevelopment proposals back in January 2025. We had then Mayor Keenan Cortez of Joplin in the studio. We asked him endlessly about Memorial Hall, and there was a real push, a real possibility that it was going to get bulldozed, demolished, to make way for a park, to make way for something different. That was very much where that conversation was headed, to the destruction of Memorial Hall. This group got together, and in a grassroots-like fashion, local citizens passionate about something in their community completely changed the mind of the city council, then took it to the state and got the governor to sign off on something with it.
That's great.
It's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive.
Very much so. A Mr. Smith goes to Washington type vibe. No question about it. So pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. So all the governor did is sign a bill that paves the path for Joplin voters to vote on something like this, to raise the local lodging tax by 2%. And use that money to fix up Memorial Hall and other things that promote tourism. So the work's not done quite yet. There still needs to be some effort there to do that, but pretty interesting. Pretty interesting indeed. These locals, they were passionate, and my God, they rolled up their sleeves. They got to work on it, and a lot of progress has been made, so that's pretty sweet.
You know, over the years, I've been to a lot of events there at Joplin Memorial Hall. It would be nice to be able to go to future events there at the same location.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. KZRG News Time just before 8:50. All right, I want to talk to you a little bit about this standoff story. It's pretty nutty. Someone call the professor, because it is nutty. A man from Republic, Missouri, with a lengthy felony record has been sentenced to more than 9 years in federal prison as a result of threatening the lives of deputies and dragging out a more than 8-hour standoff with police, with sheriff's deputies. 52-year-old Philip Brad Curtis admitted to illegally possessing a gun and threatening Barry County Sheriff deputies. And what do I always say about people with 2 first names, Steve? You can't trust them. Philip Brad Curtis. This guy has 3 first names. That's triple trouble. Triple trouble's no good.
That's even worse than Steve Scott.
Exactly. Never trust anybody with more than 1 first name. It's immediately a red flag in my book.
Guess I'll have to stop trusting myself.
Mm-hmm. Now, apparently, Barry County Sheriff's deputies responded to a property near Aurora, after receiving reports of this guy trespassing. Now, again, I always say innocent till proven guilty. Homie was convicted. He's guilty. He did it. Full stop. End of sentence. Now, authorities got there. They found him there. They found out that through doing their little research, this guy had a bunch of active felony warrants out for his arrest right then and there. So then they approached him and said, hey, man, you're under arrest, at which point this guy threatened to kill the responding deputies. He then said, I'm armed, and the deputies believed him. Why? Because he then flashed a gun at them. He held it up and said, hey, check out what I got. I'm going to shoot you. Don't come any closer. This, of course, prompted a giant standoff, a standoff that lasted 8 hours. Now, ultimately, good news is nobody was hurt, and ultimately this 3 first-named individual, Philip Brad Curtis, did, in fact, surrender peacefully, and he's been convicted, and he's been sentenced to 9 years in jail, 3 years of supervised release following his 9 years in jail. Whew. Don't do it.
And if you suddenly get a knock at the door and it's the police looking for you, don't do a standoff.
Yeah, don't do a standoff. Don't threaten to kill them. I know it could be a high-intensity situation, very stressful. I know people have their property. My property. Get off my property. And I get people don't like when the police show up. But, hey, don't flash a gun at them. That's never a good idea. KZRG News Time 850. Also, this wasn't even homie's property. He was trespassing.
Yeah.
So, double trouble for the triple first name individual. KZRG News Time 850.
And now, KZRG's Big 3 on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that the U.S. is still willing to negotiate with Iran, but only if they get serious. Rubio said the current issue is that Iran is not taking their commitments seriously. Will there be peace in the Middle East? Stay tuned.
Number 2.
Missouri shoppers are going to be getting a break on back-to-school purchases during the state's annual sales tax holiday, which runs from Friday, August the 7th through Sunday, August the 9th. Items eligible for this tax break include clothing, school supplies, certain personal computers, and more. Details and specifics at newstalkkzrg.com.
Number 1.
Elections. They're just around the corner. To get all the information you need to be informed, go to KZRG's Election Hub, complete with races, candidates, and amendment language and sample ballots and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What is the subject matter you feel you are an expert in? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. What's the subject matter that you believe you have garnered a certain sense of expertise in? Coming up, Chris Plant in less than 10 minutes on AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. And on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast.
Hey, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
See ya.